righty, we are here tonight. It is Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim. I'm Sean.
I'm Kenny.
I'm Jim.
And tonight
I'm
we
Sean
have
at the CWO.
Tonight we have a special guest. It's another Sean. It is Sean from Cinephile World Order. So
yeah, thank you guys for having me on.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you guys too, man.
Hey, Texas.
Let's go, Texas.
So, Sean, you're our first time guest on the show, and figured we'd give you a couple minutes or seconds or however long it takes for you to introduce yourself, tell us what you got going on, and just give everybody who doesn't know who you are a chance to get to know you.
Yeah, obviously I'm Sean at Cinephile World Order, or some people refer to it as CWO, whatever you want to call it there. But yeah, I've been on here since like 2018. Something I really got into just out of boredom. I would say, like, as far as like communicating and connecting with everyday friends, I don't really have this with my everyday friends, which is pretty much why I started a YouTube channel in the first place. I just kind of felt bored doing this on my own. No one really to interact with about, movies and collecting and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got into doing all this. Before I even really officially took off with the channel, I just lurked for a long time. Never thought I would actually be at this point with creating, or being a content creator and everything. But yeah, overall, just for the most part with the channel right now, it's mostly live streams, mostly watch parties at this point. I want to get around to start doing some videos more often. I haven't really. Another reason why I don't really focus on videos too much, it's just something I never really got that comfortable with. I find myself enjoying the live stream format a little bit more. Occasionally just putting a short up on the channel here and there. So like, that's really what I've been focusing on with the channel at this point. But at some point I do want to focus on trying to get more videos out on the channel.
Cool. All right.
That's how I met you, was through your live streams.
Yeah.
Right. That's great. Yeah, that's great.
And actually you were the first person who encouraged me to go on camera and go live, and invited me to come on with you. And I went on with these two first, like a couple of days before I went on with you, because I even told you, yeah, I went on with these other two guys. They broke my cherry and it was great, and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, thank you, Sean. You're one of the reasons why I'm here, inadvertently. So thank you.
Yeah, that's good to hear, man. It's, it's funny, like when I first, and I've had a channel that was terminated. I know most of you guys know that. But with that channel, I actually was focusing more on the videos, and I wasn't really doing the live streams too much. And eventually I started doing that. I didn't really like doing it by myself, but I've done it so many times now, I kind of prefer doing it by myself. But at the same time, yeah, people are always welcome to join me for streams if they, if they're not actually invited. But yeah, if somebody is interested to do a stream or something, I'm always open to do that stuff. But I just feel like at the same time, you don't know what you're going to like until you try things. Like, I never thought I was going to get into doing the live streams that much. Now it's like the one thing I really do.
Yeah.
So I just never thought it would play out like that.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that. I hear you on that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
My old channel, I used to do a podcast by myself because I'm like, who the hell's going to want me as a guest? And then Kenny invited me on the show he was on. And I found out that I really enjoyed it, and then we started this shindig. So
yeah.
Like, it's funny. Like out of the four of you guys, I've known Kenny probably the longest through interacting, watching his channel and stuff. I know, like, sometimes he'll do like Hamilton book hauls, which I think is a great website for collectors. You don't take advantage of buying on Hamilton book, you're just out of your damn mind. But I've known Kenny from like interacting and stuff. Eventually I, got to know you, Jim. And then eventually I saw you three like working together. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm like, I'm actually familiar with some people here. And then, along the way, as you guys streamed with this and everything, I got to know Sean a little bit more.
Yeah. And you and Kenny are both Philadelphia natives. So
Right.
that.
Yes.
Both
Yeah.
both insufferable Eagle fans. Fuck you both.
Hey, we're gonna throw batteries at Santa Claus forever. So
Yeah,
Damn right we are.
you know,
And take you through.
whenever I hear fly, Eagle fly, or from now on, I'm going to think of those little kids and weapons running around like this.
God, that's funny.
Yeah, Mr. Dan. I was going to say a frequent guest. Mr. Dan is also from
What's up,
Philly,
Dan?
and he's in the chat room. Philly takeover.
Philly
Yep,
takeover.
Philly takeover, exactly.
We're taking over.
Yeah.
I was born in Pennsylvania. Does that count for anything?
Yeah. it
No.
does.
Yeah.
A man who enjoys scrapple.
Pennsylvania is a big state, man. Bigger than you think it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. So tonight our topic is, or the show is called Hail to the King, which is Stephen King, which I know Jim is a huge fan of, and I've been told, Sean, that you are also a Stephen King freak. So that is very cool. So we are going to be talking about the movies that were derived from the writings of Stephen King, also the stuff from Richard Bachman, his other pen name. And what we thought we'd do tonight, we just go chronologically from the first movie to the most recent and just talk about them as we go through them, whether you've seen them, what you think about them, kind of how we do it. Usually here we'll do things chronologically. And we'll start with the first one, but the first one would being Carrie from 76. But I was just interested. I had to think about this for a little bit, but I'm going to ask you guys. We usually do round robin when I ask a question. What was the first Stephen King movie that you guys saw? Do you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I read. Okay. I got introduced to Stephen King the same time by reading something of his at the same time that I saw something of his. 1979, the movie was Salem's Lot, which was on TV.
Mhm.
Okay. But it still holds up. That little vampire bastard kid. Let me in, Mark. Let me in. Fucking nightmare fuel. I don't care what anybody says. It still holds up. Okay. But that was the movie that scared the living bejesus out of me. I was 12 years old. But the book was Night Shift, which was a collection of short stories, half of which have been turned into movies that we'll be covering in here. But shortly after the first novel was The Dead Zone, which is still top 5 Stephen King book for me. So, But yeah, from 79. And then from that point on, I saw everything more or less theatrically, including The Shining, which came out a year later.
Wow. Okay. What about you, Sean?
Yeah. It's kind of tough to answer that in a way, because I know when I was a kid, me and my brother discovered Stephen King's It on TV when we were going to bed one night. We didn't watch the whole thing. It was so late, but we randomly found it like right at the scene too when Georgie's getting pulled into the
Jesus.
sewer. So like that was like another thing, because like I remember because my mom was like, "No, you're shutting the TV off. You're going to bed." Me and my brother were like, "We gotta find that movie and finish it." But like the one that I vividly remember being able to watch, from beginning to end was Pet Sematary. Like that was really like. I would have to probably like label that as the official first time I watched a Stephen King adaptation.
Okay.
But
Kenny,
I mean, but
ahead.
real quick, just to reflect on Salem's Lot, like Jim, I got to agree with you about Salem's Lot. I mean, the first time we see Mr. Barlow in that jail cell, and he actually pops up on the screen. Oh my God, dude! Even when I watched that today, I know that scene's coming. It leaves like a chill up my spine in a certain way. It's just that terrified me. The first time I ever saw Mr. Barlow like that in Salem's Lot, Jesus, I was not expecting that, man.
Yeah. James Mason is so fucking great in that movie. I mean, he really is. And like I said, that kid hanging out that window, scratching that window, just say, let me in, Mark. Like that did, man. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I was 12 when that hit TV, and it gave me nightmares, man. It fucked me up. And then between that and then Jeffrey Lewis, look at me, teacher. Look at me. I mean, same thing. It was like, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, talking about it right now, the hairs are starting to stand up on my arms. And this is like, how many years later? It still freaks me out a little bit,
That's
so
crazy.
yeah.
Slasher
Yeah.
Fred, a slasher guy. He just put in the comments. Salem's Lot is very much a precursor to Joel Schumacher's The Lost Boys. The vampires are mostly off screen throughout the movie, and there's also a scene with the older brother by the window.
Yep.
So that's cool. That's very true. Kenny, do you remember what your first Stephen King movie was?
My first Stephen King movie was like with Sean was because I didn't watch horror movies up until like a year and a half ago.
Right.
But the one that I remember was because she was hot at the time was Drew Barrymore with Firestarter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I kept on saying on Prism, Prism was like a local HBO here, and Firestarter was always on Prism. You remember that, Sean, right?
Yeah. It's funny you're mentioning that because that might have been the first. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that was the first one, but the first movie that I actually watched of Stephen King was Pet Sematary. When that cat jumped in the tub, that still like shakes me up to this day. Maybe that's why I don't have any cats or dogs around here, But man, that really shook me up. But that was the first Stephen King movie I actually watched was Pet Sematary.
Excuse me.
From West Coast Video.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, one of the many. Now, Kenny, I think are you I don't know if you live in the Northeast area. Like,
I'm in Delco.
Delco. Okay. All right.
I'm in Delaware County, but before I was in South Jersey. I was in Blackwood.
Oh, okay. All right. That's funny. Blackwood. My dad used to spend his summers out in Blackwood, New Jersey. But no, I just like for some reason
local destination place for a lot of rich people.
Okay. I definitely don't come from a rich family, but I hear
Neither do I, dude. That's why it was a joke. Gloucester Township, dude.
But it's funny that you mentioned watching Firestarter on Prism because I think that's how I first watched Firestarter, and I've always been like a half and half fan of that movie. I think I ended up appreciating it a lot more once I owned a copy of it though, and was able to sit down and watch it with a more mature mindset at an older age. Because when I was a kid, it was just something that wasn't standing out for me, really, something for me to easily overlook and not appreciate.
Yeah.
Right. How about you, Sean?
First one I saw was Dead Zone with my dad.
Nice.
Used to watch a lot of stuff on VHS, and he watched it, I think, before I did, and he recommended it to me, so he sat and watched it with me. And he didn't know anything about Stephen King, and at the time I didn't either. But I just really liked the Christopher Walken performance and the whole creepiness factor of it and everything. And later on, it just like, okay, that's a Stephen King movie. That's fantastic, and it's just it's one of my favorite movies to this day, Stephen King or not. So.
Yeah. It's the most accessible David Cronenberg film by far.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. I mean, most people don't even realize that that's a Cronenberg film.
Right.
But there are little touches of Cronenberg. The whole. That is definitely Cronenberg. Yeah. Love the Dead Zone. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I think that was the first Stephen King movie I bought on 4K. So.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Nice. I think the Dead Zone, like speaking of David Cronenberg, I think that's one of his more subtle movies in a way. Yeah. I don't think it's like between that, like there's in no way, shape, or form is The Fly subtle, but I almost feel like The Fly at times goes outside of his natural style of directing.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like when you're watching the Dead Zone, there's really not a whole lot that's like, oh, this is a Cronenberg movie. Like I can't recall or not if Howard Shore did the score for that one, because I know Howard Shore did a lot of his score.
Yeah, he did.
And it became like such a recurring sound. Like I think that's another way I feel like you can identify a Cronenberg movie.
That might be a Michael Kamen score. Let me look real quick because I got it.
I forget exactly. I being such a big Cronenberg fan and a fan of Stephen King adaptations. Is it?
Yes,
okay.
It is. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe that's another thing about it that kind of makes me not realize at times, like, oh yeah, because there really is times where I'm like, I forget that this is a Cronenberg movie sometimes.
Yeah, it's a very good score. Yeah, like Dan says, it's very
underrated,
heartbreaking score. It really is.
It's a heartbreaking.
But we'll get
movie.
to that when we get to it. So Let's go,
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
Get
All
us
right.
going here, buddy.
All right. So we start off in 1976 with Carrie.
Nice. Yeah.
And of course, Jim has his
There's a theatrical right there.
audio visual aids. Yep.
Creepy
Sissy
Carrie,
Spacek
creepy Carrie.
and John Travolta,
Great movie.
directed by Brian De Palma.
Yep.
I actually did not see Carrie until fairly recently, from beginning to end. I'd seen bits and pieces of it, but I had not seen it till I think 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, when I saw it from beginning to end and could really appreciate it. I was on HBO all the time, so I'd seen bits and pieces
So
of it. But
you never watched anything past the first minute when they're in the locker room.
I never saw the first minute until 3 years ago.
I've only
Yeah.
watched the first 2 minutes of that movie.
Yeah,
as far as
that's
I
all I
can
watched.
get.
Had I known the first minute was like that when I was younger, I'd be watching it every time it was on. But I had no idea.
Believe me, I used to plan my HBO screening hours around that fucking movie.
Jesus Christ. Plug it up. Plug it up.
Exactly. It's a great movie, though. It really is.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I actually prefer the movie to the book.
Really?
Yeah, the book is like told in the third person, kind of, from different people's perspective. You know, like it's police interviews and shit after the massacre at prom. Okay. And a lot of it's from Sue Snell's point of view, and a lot of it is diary. So I've never been a fan of that kind of narrative. But other than that, you know, I really enjoy the movie. And what are you laughing at? Must be knew it was going to be Texas. Fun fact: Kenny was in the locker room, so look at the yams.
That's funny.
But yeah, Carrie's great. It really is.
Yeah.
And
It's just-
Piper Laurie is definitely one of the scariest villains in movie history, as far as I'm concerned. She is freaky as hell in that movie.
Yeah. And you'd think Carrie would be a little bit more terrified of her. Like, I mean, between getting like milk thrown in her face, getting her hair pulled, she just kind of sits there and takes it, right? Yeah.
Well, she got beaten down so bad, you know, that's what, you know, it's kind of like the abused woman syndrome or whatever. But once she got that power,
yeah,
then that's when she kind of changed a little bit, you know? So.
Yeah.
Right. Once she realized what she was actually capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
Turn the tables.
Yeah, Carrie was definitely the first De Palma movie I ever saw.
Yes.
So is that though? Like that is the official like first Stephen King adaptation as Carrie, right?
Yes.
Yep.
His first novel
Okay.
and first movie. And then
Yeah.
Salem's Lot, the TV movie, came out a year later. Or no, I'm sorry, a couple of years later in 79.
Yeah, just for clarification, I'm not including anything that was made for TV in tonight's stuff. So I'm just only including stuff that was made for theatrical or went theatrical. Even streaming stuff I'm not including. So
We can mention some stuff at the end.
yeah.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Mr. Dan has a comment on here. How about the eyes on the Jesus statue?
Yeah.
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 Everything about that statue was, oh man.
How about Piper Laurie getting crucified or basically getting impaled and getting orgasmic over it? I mean, that's what gets me, you know, at the end. It's like, what the hell? This broad's like coming in her shorts while getting, you know, it's really messed up at a lot of different levels.
Yeah.
But hey, since are we still talking about Carrie? Because I'm good on Carrie. If you want to move along. But
I was just looking back at my review on it, and I said it's funny the things that are really horrifying in that movie, the really horrifying stuff are all done by the quote unquote normal people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And what is Edie McClurg doing hanging out with all the cool kids? I love her. Don't get me wrong. I love Edie McClurg. But she does not fit in with PJ Souls and Nancy Allen and some of those other girls. I mean, or even Amy Irving, you know, so just saying.
Nope.
But hey, since Sean mentioned them and you said you weren't going to talk about the TV thing, I talked about Salem's Lot being my debut.
Yeah, sure.
There's Barlow right there.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's like the classic Nosferatu, you know, but yeah, you're right, Sean. The first time he showed his ugly mug, yeah, that scared the living bejesus out of me. So
I think even like his height too, like even his height on his stature, like really adds to that whole menacing Nosferatu look.
yeah.
All right. Next up would be theatrically would be 1980, and that's The Shining. Yep. Which
Here's Johnny.
Yep. Which of course featured Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall. And what's the kid's name?
Danny
Little
Lloyd.
kid. Danny Lloyd. That's right.
Scatman Crothers.
Scatman Crothers. Yep.
Joe Turkel.
The bartender.
Hey, I know my shit.
Yes, you do. Yeah. That is a movie that I watched on repeat on HBO over and over and over again. I love that movie. I can't claim that when I was on, I was 12. I can't tell you that I understood half of it, from what was going on and the whole, stuff with him in the hotel and, the ending picture and all that stuff. But I still enjoyed the hell out of it. I thought it was creepy as fuck. So, that one's probably the Stephen King movie I've seen the most.
Yes. Try seeing that one theatrically sitting next to your parents, in between your parents when the woman's in the bathtub. Like, a couple of months shy of 13, sitting there watching that shit with my parents. And at first it's like, whoa. And then it's like, whoa.
I remember the first time I saw The Shining, I found it randomly on TV, but the scene I caught it at was right when it's that one waiter where he's like, "Great party, isn't it?" And he's got like the blood dripping down. But I was like, what? I couldn't understand if I was actually watching a movie or if it was like a commercial or something. And as it started to unfold more and more, I'm like, the hell did I just find on TV? And then years later, I find out it's this classic horror movie called The Shining and everything. But yeah, my first experience with that was it's a lot of my first experiences with movies were really like that. Because you guys remember watching movies on a box TV and you didn't catch it from the title card. Good luck finding out what you watched.
Right.
Yeah. Don't go in room 237.
The waiter thing. And I'm just picturing as a kid, if that was your first thing you saw, and then 10 seconds later, you're seeing the furry fellatio scene, and it's like, what the fuck am I watching?
Dude, it was, my God, dude, way too young to be watching what I caught on TV. But I actually remember going to see a rare screening of The Shining. Get this, right? It wasn't just The Shining. They screened The Shining, and then they overlapped it with it backwards. So you're watching the movie overlapped with another one playing backwards over top of it. And you guys remember the scene in the movie when the Scatman, he's in his room and you see he's got that black goddess picture behind him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that model lady. That was the part in the movie where everything synced up for a rare couple seconds because it was like, oh, all right, the prints are actually meeting here. And then it went right back to the overlap. All right, it's being played backwards on top of regular.
That is bizarre.
So that was very bizarre. Like I'm just sitting because there was absolutely no clarity on the screen either.
That's what I'm saying.
And it was
I don't even know how the hell you could watch that. That's insane.
It really was like, it was quite an experience. It really was. And I just remember that too, seeing this on the flyer. Like I'm like, wait, so they're screening The Shining, but they're playing it backwards too? I was like, this sounds like something I just got to go to. Like, but
turns out it was a rave and everybody was on acid.
But like, I also remember on that bill, there was a Donald Pleasance movie called The Freakmaker, 1974. That was like the bill for the night. It was like they showed The Freakmaker and then The Shining, but there's a twist to that. They showed it backwards right on top of it too. It was most unique and mind-blowing thing I've ever seen at a 35 millimeter print screening.
That's bizarre, man.
Yeah, I've never heard of that ever being done with any movie ever. That's really
cool.
Wow.
I never had another experience like that again where a movie's being played over top, overlapping it, but backwards.
That's crazy.
How about you, Kenny? You a fan of The Shining?
Never seen it.
Well, again, you just recently got into horror, so that's fine.
Yeah, that I would love to switch places with you and watch it.
Yeah, you're going to hear a lot of no comment tonight.
No, that's fine. That's fine. The more you know. So
Yeah.
but The Shining
I-
it's great.
It's a great movie. It's like I said, it's weird. And first viewing probably won't make a whole hell of a lot of sense if you're not sure what you're getting into, but it's really cool, especially if you like Jack
I mean,
Nicholson.
Yeah, Nicholson, it's
I
Nicholson.
think like the only like slight disappointment at times is the fact that Stephen King absolutely hates The Shining and everything.
Yeah.
I
Well,
feel like
because it's so
in some ways
different
that
than the
can
book.
be. Yeah, right. That
That's
is
why.
correct. I understand that, but
Like I said, there's
it's
Stephen King's The Shining and there's Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Right.
They're totally different things.
yeah,
Right.
right. That's correct. Yeah.
You got somebody here, Lost Boy
What's up,
Rob.
Rob?
Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
All right. So next would be 1982, Creep Show.
Oh yeah, one of my
My
all-time
beautiful-
favorites.
My beautiful, beautiful Scream Factory
Yep.
hardbox. I love this. Love it, love it, love it. And I know
Okay.
Sean loves this movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
that
CWO,
to me
Sean,
is
I
the
mean.
holy grail. That's the holy grail of horror anthologies. I love horror anthologies as it is. Just nothing can touch that movie for me.
Yeah, it's the greatest horror anthology of all time, in my opinion. I love it. The worst story in that one is still better than some anthologies' best.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? It
Right.
just is. Because arguably, to me, the weakest story in there is either Father's Day or Stephen King turning into a plant.
Yeah.
But they're both extremely entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Ed Harris doing that dance in Father's Day. That one and Crispin Glover dancing in Friday the 13th, the final chapter, are like the two greatest dances of all time, in horror movies. I love them both.
I still
just-
would like to hear that discussion on how they prep for that. Like I would like to know, like, was this done purposely or just right on the spot? Like what you see is what you get. All right, cut. Let's do it. Let's put that into production.
We'll get to that on my recommendation of the week.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, love Creepshow. You've seen that one, Kenny, right?
Yeah, I've seen. I told you I like Creepshow 2 better. The wooden Indian one
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, I like the raft in Creepshow too.
Yeah. It's like overall, like with Creepshow, like growing up with that movie, when I was a kid, there was like some stories about it I kind of like gravitated towards a little bit more. And like, even like, the whole Jordy Verrill thing, like I wasn't too crazy about that story when I was a kid. When I got older, I watched it more. I'm like, yeah, I can actually appreciate this a lot more. Me personally, I think the weakest one is the last one.
Yeah,
That's just my personal opinion. But E.G. Marshall in that role as just this degenerate white guy, degenerate racist white guy, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But he really sells that role. I think he's, obviously when you're watching that, you realize he's got to carry pretty much that whole story, but he does a really good job of that.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite would probably be The Crate.
Oh yeah.
The
Crate's
just,
my favorite.
oh my God. Between Adrienne Barbeau just being a total, unsavory woman. I guess you could
Just
say.
call me Billy, everybody.
Yeah. But when she finally, when she meets what's in the crate, man, that's very, pays off very well, very satisfying.
Yeah. What about you, Sean?
Sorry, I'm looking at the comment. My least favorite is The Crate, to
Really?
be honest. Yeah.
Which one's your favorite?
Uh,
Leslie Nielsen?
yeah.
That's a good one too.
Yeah. I don't know what that one's called, but because I can't remember.
Something to tide you over.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Yeah.
We can hold our breath a long time, Richard.
Oh, God.
I
Apparently,
used to sneak up behind my sister doing that shit. And then she'd sneak up behind me going, I want my cake, you bitch.
Oh, man.
I love my sister. She's awesome.
I'd let Aiden.
So apparently, Ted Danson, he did not have a good time making that movie.
Oh, I'm
But
sure he
I guess
did.
when you are buried up to your neck in sand, you're probably not going to be in a good mood.
That's
I
true.
guess. So.
Yep. And then prosthetic work and that one shot, that great shot where he's under the water.
Mhm.
And you just see him, he's like, it's just
Yeah.
it's a great shot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kenny. I wondered if you saw that comment.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. The Creep Show is another movie that I saw a lot of on HBO, but I didn't watch it from beginning to end and appreciate it until fairly recently.
Fair enough.
Which you're probably going to hear a lot of, because a lot of these movies I've noticed that were ones that I watched when I was really young, probably didn't understand them or fully comprehend what they were about or accept them. I just knew I probably shouldn't be watching them when I was younger, and then really watched them again with a more critical and mature eye in the last 5 to 10 years.
Well, at this time, I mean, now we're talking 82 going into 83.
Yeah.
So I was like 15 going on to 16. And the two things other than girls that I was obsessed with at this point, other than movies, because I've always loved movies, but was Rush and Stephen King.
Okay.
So I was reading everything that he was putting out the day it was coming out. If I couldn't buy it, I was going to the library and checking that shit out.
Okay.
So when some of these movies that are coming up, especially in the next year or so, a couple of them came out like within months after the books hit the shelves.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like incredibly quick turnaround. So go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry. I'm just
no, you're fine.
I'm excited because the glory days are coming.
Yeah, the good ones are coming up here. So 1983 is Cujo, which is from Cujo.
Yep. Love it. Yep.
And
I've told you guys the story about this one. My sister and I, this came out in August of 83, right before my birthday. And my sister and I went to the drive-in to go see it. And I was working at the indoor at the time, so it was my night off. Summer, August, Midwest, hotter than hell. Windows are down in the car. I got my arm hanging out the door. That movie's on, and something crawled up and brushed up against my arm, and I was like, what the fuck? And my sister's like, stop it, you asshole. And I'm like, I'm not kidding. And then about that time, we thought we saw something in front of the car, so she turns on like the parking lights, and as soon as she did, they reflected off these lights that looked like from the Hound of Hell. And we both screamed. It's a little fucking dog about that big, but it was still enough to like freak the hell out of us. And we still talk about that shit 40 years later. Remember that time we went to the drive-in seeing Cujo and that fucking dog made us shit our pants? Good times.
What are the chances of that happening?
Yeah, that's the same drive-in I ended up working at a couple of years later. So
that's funny.
I love Dee Wallace is great in that movie.
Yep.
But Danny Pintero, the kid from Who's the Boss, is phenomenal.
Yep.
In that movie. It's one of the best child performances I've ever seen in a movie. And because it's a horror movie, it doesn't get talked about. It's fantastic. It really is.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, seeing that kid so terrified and crying, even how he's like just like clinging on to Dee Wallace, and it's very convincing, it's seeing that coming from a kid of that age.
Yeah, it's a hard watch.
Yeah.
In that movie,
now
I remember people were flipping out about that movie, watching this poor child and this and that. And I'm like, read the book. The kid dies in that book. And Stephen King says that's the one thing in all the books that he's ever read, besides Dreamcatcher, of course, is he wishes he could go back and change the ending of Cujo, because that was when he was a raging alcoholic. And he wrote that ending because he was drunk and pissed and didn't realize it until later, having children of his own and going, oh my God, how could I possibly have done that? Same thing with Pet Sematary. It just, how could I have possibly have killed these kids off? So yeah, Cujo is great. It really is.
Now, for me personally, like Cujo's a movie with growing up with it. The dog never terrified me. If anything, I always just wanted to be like, let's give the dog a bath and pet it. Like it's just, But you know, years later and finally getting a copy, I have the Kino 4K now, going back and watching it, you know, at a much older age with a more mature mindset and everything. I appreciate the movie so much more nowadays than I have like growing up with it.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, seeing that kind of dog. I understand there was challenges with filming all that and executing that stuff. It just never stood out as a big Stephen King adaptation for me. But, you know, seeing it years later and everything, actually owning a copy of it, watching all the features and everything, I appreciate the movie so much more now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just have to echo what Jim said. Dee Wallace is fantastic, and especially in the last half hour or so. And that Danny Pintero is just fantastic. And one of the things I said in my review of it, that I hope the experience didn't scar him for life.
No, he had a great time. He says to this day that was one of the funnest things he ever did, was making that movie.
Oh wow!
Because it's just the way that it's edited and this and that. I mean, the dog, they said that they couldn't get the dog to actually be, you know, mean. They'd come over and start licking them and shit. You know, I mean, they had to put like meat on the glass to get the dog to even come up on the glass and shit.
Geez.
I mean, yeah. At one point, they got a guy in a dog suit.
Yeah, I've seen a picture of them dancing.
Yeah, and they got another one where it's like a German Shepherd wearing a dog suit. I mean, yeah, all kinds of crazy shit with that movie.
Yeah, the challenges before green screen effects, right?
And it was low budget. It was an extremely low budget movie. You know, it wasn't a studio picture. That was like, you know, from Taft or something. You know.
Yeah.
Taft Entertainment originally. So
I think Lost Boy Rob has some sort of fetish where.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Apparently, Amber Heard is his dream girl.
Amber
Heard.
All right. Also from 1983, which is one we talked about earlier, is The Dead Zone. Yeah.
And there is the original one sheet.
Yeah, that's the original poster art.
And a poster that I had hanging on my wall for a couple of years, and unfortunately I lost in the fire, just like Cujo and just like the one coming up next.
Oh, jeez.
Like you said, Christopher Walken.
Yep.
He won an Oscar for Deer Hunter. I think this is his best performance. I do.
Yeah, I would
he's
agree
understated as hell. For once, he's not playing, Christopher Walken. You know, I mean, there's none of that. He's just a normal guy, and it's heartbreaking.
Yep.
It's just, out of all the Stephen King movies, this one's the saddest.
Yeah.
It really is. This movie's tragic. It's just, I love it. I love it. And Martin Sheen as proto Donald Trump. Sorry. But the scene where he's like, they're like, Mr. President, we could work out a diplomatic solution. Gentlemen, the missiles are flying. Hallelujah. Yeah. Hallelujah. It's just.
Yeah, that's creepy as fuck.
Oh my God. It's just so good. But I love The Dead Zone.
Yeah, that whole cast is fantastic, especially Martin Sheen and oh crap. I'm not flying with my other screen tonight, so
Tom Skerritt, Herbert Lom.
Herbert Lom is good, but the woman that plays his ex,
Brooke Adams.
Brooke Adams, that's it. Yeah, she's great.
She didn't shake her eyeball like in Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, Dan,
I love Brooke Adams. I've always loved Brooke Adams.
Yeah, the first 15 minutes of that movie is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Just you can tell how close they are, and then it's over, and it's it's just you can tell how he feels, and then the rest of the movie he's just trying to get that back, and
then after that he's just trying to live, have a normal life.
He's just trying to.
He can't have it, it's just. It's a tragic movie. It really is.
He's just trying to deal with what he has. He's trying to deal with that, what some would see as a gift, and he thinks is a curse, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. I guess even how everything unfolds, and it's really like a split-second decision that alters the rest of his life, and it's like such short time in that's frustrating right there.
Yeah, well, I mean the thing that I love about that, and again, I mean, it's been brought up in other movies and time travel movies and shit like that. But as far as I know, The Dead Zone's the first movie where you hear the conversation, hey, if you could go back in time knowing what you know and approach Hitler, would you kill him? And the guy's like, well, I'm a doctor. I'm a man of science. I believe in preserving human life. But knowing that, I would have no choice but to kill the son of a bitch. You know, I mean, it's just a great line.
Yep.
And like I said, that trope has been used so many times since, you know, but as far as I can recall, that's the first time I ever heard that in a movie or a story was in The Dead Zone.
Yeah. Yeah. That ending is fantastic.
Yeah. So good.
Yep. Great film.
Seen that one, Kenny?
I was just going to say, Kenny, have you seen that one?
Nope.
That's one you got to put on your list.
That one, I can guarantee you will enjoy.
Put that one on your list. Because again, that is not a horror movie. It is
No,
more of a, we're saying it's a tragic, like it's this tearjerker, but it's more of a suspense thriller than anything. But it's a great movie. It really is.
Oh, I'm writing them down. I'm writing them all down, and I'm just like concentrating on the chat.
I think I read that The Dead Zone is on Tubi.
It might be on Paramount Plus too, because that's a Paramount movie.
Yeah. I don't know.
I know Max had all of Stephen King's movies for a while, but
it's only streaming on Pluto TV. Because I'm literally writing all these down, guys.
Well,
I just
this particular one copy is from Scream Factory, and they have re-released it on 4K since this.
Yep.
But there was also a studio release of it on DVD and such before that, so it's readily available. And again, definitely top 10 Stephen King movie for me. Might even be top 5. It's a great movie. It really is.
Victor said that Pluto TV is owned by Paramount, ironically enough. So that
there you go. That's probably why it's on there.
Yep. Mr. Dan says it's on YouTube. So
thanks, Mr. Dan.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah,
next
definitely.
YouTube is next in line.
There you go.
I got a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah, I think of the movies so far that we've talked about that would get, and I'd probably, so far The Dead Zone would get my highest recommendation. So.
Yeah, I'd put The Dead Zone over The Shining.
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah.
Even thinking about The Dead Zone right now, like I don't even think I've ever heard anyone really speak negatively about the movie. Like it seems like the average horror fan or
my niece who is 30, she said that, and it might be my fault because I kind of hyped it up. You know, as kind of like what we're talking about right now about how good it is. So I think maybe she was expecting something different. She said it was good, but it was slow to her. And again, she's 30. So it was like, okay, fair enough. But again, I love it. I think it's a great movie.
Victor says it's the one Cronenberg movie aside from A History of Violence that I could recommend to anybody. I would second that. Yep.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, it's definitely his most accessible movie. Yeah. Without a doubt.
Yeah. All right. I think we've beaten that horse to death.
Yeah. Until we get to the next one.
So Christine from 1983.
You know what, Peppa? You can't polish a toy.
Yeah.
One of the greatest lines ever.
Look how cockeyed he works.
He's got brand new wipers and a busted windshield.
Oh shit.
Pick up the garbage, put the little toilet paper on the little spindles. You do that, maybe I figure you can help yourself to anything you want. Hell, I might even throw a couple bucks in. Well, I'll think about it. But don't think about it too long. I'll put you out on your fucking ass. Sorry. I could do Robert Prosky from Christina all night long. I fucking love it.
He looks like he started working at that junkyard with that outfit on and just never went home and got changed, never took a shower. He's
been smoking the same cigar for 28 years.
Oh my
He's
God.
That's chewing on it. It's not even lit. He's just chewing on it.
But like The Shining, in all seriousness, okay, you got you got Stephen King's The Shining, and you got Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. With Christine, you got Stephen King's Christine, you got John Carpenter's Christine, because they're completely different.
Okay.
This literally came out while the book was still being printed.
Really?
This came out 2 weeks before the hardcover book came out.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And John Carpenter got the rough outline of the book and used that to write the script. That's why it's so different.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So, but yeah, love Christine. Love it. And those effects still hold up.
Oh yeah.
Now, just one question. I'm assuming that 83 was the first year that there was 2 adaptations from Stephen King being released.
3.
3?
Cujo,
Three,
The
so-
Dead Zone, and Christine.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's right. I'm sorry.
And in 84,
Totally forgot
there
about
are 2. Yeah, like I said, the next couple of years, he averaged at least 2 a year for like the next couple of years.
Yeah.
It's
So,
but 83
like
was the
in-
one up until this year. I think 83 was the year that he had the most in one calendar year, because there's 4 coming out this year. 2 are already
I
out,
was just
coming out Friday, and the other one's coming out in November.
I was just thinking about, because I was like, all right, yeah, there's three adaptations in the year of 83. I'm sitting there thinking like, well, it must have been the first year of that, and then it must have really took off from there.
Yeah.
You know,
It
Yeah.
was. And again, that was the year that I started working at that movie theater. And again, that was also when I was a full-fledged Stephen King nut. So that was like the perfect convergence of time for me. You know, I mean, it was just, I love it. I love it. Oh, Dan, that's awesome.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Christine and Creepshow and a double bill. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be very nice.
You've seen Christine, I'm assuming, Kenny.
No.
Okay, again,
Really?
you would love that one as well.
Yeah, I think you'd like that one too. I got
John
2 words.
Carpenter.
I know
Keith
Rodney
Gordon.
Dangerfield's son's in that from
Keith
Back to
Gordon,
School.
yes, and it's
Yeah.
his best performance. And I like
Yeah.
Keith Gordon. I've always
he's-
liked Keith Gordon.
I got
He's
2 words for
phenomenal
you,
on
Kenny.
Christine.
Alexandra Paul.
Yep.
Ooh, she's Baywatch Girls. And the Virgin Connie Swale.
Yes, the Virgin
Right.
Connie Swale.
Mm-hmm.
And John Stockwell, who became a director, Blue Crush.
Yep.
It's sad that I know that. But he was a good actor, John Stockwell was.
Yeah.
So,
They do a good job with the friendship between the 2 of them.
yeah, you believe it.
Yeah, it's a
The only
believable
thing I
friendship.
didn't believe in that movie, and we could talk about it briefly because I know we got a lot of ground to cover and we're running out of time already. Buddy Repperton looks like he's 35 fucking years old. That's the punk who's like, terrorizing him and pulls the switchblade. He does. He looks
does.
as old as I do. And it's like, even as a kid and as a teenager, it's like, okay, Stockwell doesn't look like a teenager.
No.
Keith Gordon, I can kind of buy, a little bit. Alexandra Paul, maybe. These punks all look like they're 40,
Right.
especially Buddy. Buddy looked older than the shop teacher that he was threatening. I mean, it was like, come on. So that's my only pitch about that movie.
Right.
Thanks, Kenny, for grabbing those channel names for Lost Boy Rob.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move on to the next movie. Yeah, we're running.
Yeah.
We haven't even cracked the 90s, and
I know, because Jim won't shut the fuck up. I told you I was worried about this because, again, I can talk about Stephen King all night long, and I will. So,
That's all right. So 84, Children of the Corn.
Don't have that one.
You don't have that one? I've got that one.
Piece of shit.
That was another one that I watched recently that I hadn't seen, and I'd heard a lot about it, and I was kind of underwhelmed with it. But I did get to see a Q&A last year in Chicago at the Days of the Dead with the cast, and it was probably more fun hearing the stories about the making of the movie than it was watching the movie.
Usually is.
Yeah, it just totally wasn't one of my favorites. But
the opening's great.
The opening's great.
The opening scene of that movie is great. It really is.
Yeah.
Because me and my sister, that's another one. Me and my sister went and saw together,
Okay.
and because they didn't play it at my theater for whatever reason. And we went to another theater, matinee, just to go see it. And the first 10 minutes of that movie, both of us were like, wow, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And as soon as, what's his face, the ginger nut from Hardbody shows up, Courtney Vance, or whatever his name is, Outlander, I mean, oh my God. Between him and that little kid who's supposed to be like this, Isaac, the kid who's like in charge of it all. I wanted to slap the shit out of both of them. I mean, you know, again, the short story that it's based on isn't great, but it's better than the movie. And the movie isn't good, but the ending of it is really bad.
Mhm.
Where
Yeah.
he who walks behind the rose is revealed, and it's like,
Yeah.
what? I mean, it's just, yeah. All right, I'm gonna promise. I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to find the name of the kid that played Isaac, or the guy that played Isaac.
I haven't seen that kid in anything since. I mean, like I said, the ginger guy, he was in some movies.
Yeah,
You
he's
know.
been in a lot of stuff.
Back to the
Yeah.
Future. He's
I
the
don't-
guy that was dancing with.
Oh yeah. He had the 3D glasses on.
See, I did help tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
See, Kenny, you come through in a clutch like you always do, man.
This is the one question I was looking at my review here. The one question about the movie that bothered me the most: who planted all of the corn? It's all in neat rows, and the fields are in great shape. But these kids certainly don't appear to be sharpening their farming skills as often as the knives and reapers they wield as weapons.
Yeah, you don't see none of them out there on the John Deere tractor.
Yeah.
Good question.
I mean, Children of the Corn probably is a more underwhelming Stephen King adaptation. It's not something I revisit often, but I just know that when Isaac dies and he comes back, to me, that's the most terrifying part of the movie right there. And it doesn't last long
That's
either.
the best moment that he has. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Malachi. I haven't seen that fucking movie in 40 years, but I remember that shit. Malachi.
Yeah. Nintendo effects in the background.
You know, as much as I'm shitting on it, though, he's going to mention about 3 or 4 other movies coming up soon that are worse, that are much worse than Children of the Corn. So let's continue. Let's continue.
I'll be right back in a couple of seconds.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys can continue.
Yeah,
Awesome.
sure. John Franklin is the name of the actor that played Isaac.
I know Diane Franklin.
I remember when I saw the Q&A, he was very adamant that he wanted to get back into the franchise, so he wrote Children of the Corn 666, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had heard that. One of the podcasts that I used to listen to, the King Cast, it's a Stephen King podcast, obviously. One of their little side projects was they had a guest and they put a dare on that he had to watch all of the Children of the Corn movies and come back and do an episode out of them. And they kept on having a running thing about the Corn Boys. You know, how many Corn Boys could you take down? You know, the one guy's like, just give me a fucking big ass stick. I'd keep those sons of bitches away from me. But they did. They started breaking down all these Children of the Corn sequels, right? And like none of them have anything to do with the original one, with the possible exception of the second one and the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
That, you know, they said that he came back to do this and that. They brought that character back, but they said that movie still sucks. It's apparently one of these things is a cyber movie with Lance Henriksen, but again, it's got nothing to do with corn or kids. But it's called Children of the Corn something. It's just one of them takes place Urban Harvest. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Urban Harvest. They said that it's supposed to take place in Chicago, but it's obviously Nebraska. It's just, you know. And I've never watched any of those shitty movies. I think I saw the second one.
I think I saw the second one too. Yeah.
I tuned out. But yeah, they did. They had like every month or so, they would have an episode about one of these Children of the Corn sequels. And I guarantee those episodes were more entertaining than the fucking movies, you know? How many corn boys could you take down, Sean?
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. All right. The next one from 84, Firestarter, which
right there.
we've talked about
Speaking of little Drew Barrymore, right there.
Yep.
And not the best movie, but again, it's got a good cast, although it is kind of funny to me that George C. Scott is cast as an American Indian. That's kind
I
of
know,
funny.
right?
That's kind of funny.
Now, this one I haven't seen.
In the book, I mean, it's full on Will Sampson from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, chief, big fucking Indian,
Right.
with scars on his face from Vietnam. And here's George C. Scott playing the same character. And it's like, yeah, okay, I'll buy that for $1, but it is. It's a goofy movie. The best thing I could say about this movie, it's a hell of a lot better than the remake. Because that movie sucks.
Yeah.
This movie's got a certain amount of camp value to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So. The remake from 2022.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That's
I haven't seen that one either. But I have never seen the original Firestarter.
Again, I would never say that Firestarter is a great movie. Okay. I mean, even at the time when I was watching it, and I enjoyed it. And again, this was another one that I had this poster on the wall next to the Dead Zone and Cujo. Again, at the time, I enjoyed it. And as the years have gone by, I enjoy it less. But I would still rather watch it than Children of the Corn. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. You seen that one, Kenny?
And the one that's coming up next, I like more. Let's put it that way. And I'm pretty sure Sean feels the same way that I do.
About the next one?
Yes, which also stars Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either.
Oh, okay.
Cat's Eye from 85.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And again, 3 short stories, 2 of which are in that Night Shift collection that I was talking about earlier, which was possibly the first book I ever read. The Ledge and Quitters Incorporated, which is fucking awesome. That's with James Woods and Alan King with this guy. You ever seen this one, Kenny? Put this one on your list as well. Okay. This is a PG-13 anthology film, and it's basically, it's fun. It's not, none of the stories are scary. Okay. But the first story is called Quitters Incorporated, which has James Woods, who tries to quit smoking. He goes to this place run by Alan King, and it turns out that it's the mob. And if you smoke, they'll take your wife and they'll throw her in this little room and shock her. If you do it again, they'll do it with your kid. If you do it again, they'll cut your wife's finger off. And then if you do it again, they'll just shoot you. They're guaranteed that you will quit. Okay. That story is awesome in the book and in the movie. James Woods, it's one of his best. Alan King, who was a stand-up comedian at the time, is fucking awesome as the mob boss. He's great. The second story is called The Ledge. It's got Robert Hayes from An Airplane and Kenneth McMillan as another mob boss, who finds out that Robert Hayes is sleeping with his wife. So he makes him walk around this building from the 50th floor on this ledge that's about that wide. And if he goes all the way around the building, he promises to let him get his wife and get a big suitcase full of cash, and they'll let him go. And the whole time this poor guy's going around this building, there's a pigeon on the ledge pecking his ankle and fucking with him. It's some other shit. And again, that's right out of the book, and it's very entertaining. The third story's got Drew Barrymore, and it has to do with a troll. That one's the weakest story of the 3.
Yeah, that's the wraparound, right?
Yes, and that is based on nothing. That is a direct written for the screen story, because tying back to Firestarter, Drew Barrymore's the star of that. Stephen King visited the set and immediately fell in love with Drew Barrymore and decided he wanted to write a story for her. And that's how Cat's Eye came to be.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Cat's Eye is a lot of fun. It really is.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think Cat's Eye is a good example of another underrated movie from Louis Teague as a director.
Absolutely. Louis Teague's an underrated director, period.
Yeah, right, exactly. I think that's, when you look at Cat's Eye, it's really just another film from him that just like seems to be underappreciated or underrated, whatever you want to label that as. But
yeah, he directed
all
Cujo
around
and Alligator.
Yeah, right. Alligator would probably be my favorite from him.
Yeah, probably mine too. But no, that one, Kenny, again, you would enjoy that movie. It's fun. Most of these movies are fun.
Yeah.
Like the one coming up next is also, it's fun.
It's very fun. I saw this one at the drive-in and had a lot of fun watching it. It's Silver Bullet from 85.
Crazy Gary Busey makes his debut. Yeah, this movie's
Another
awesome.
one. Yeah, it's
But-
another one that's 40 years old this year.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Year I graduated from high school. And another poster I had on the wall. And again, love it. Love Everett McGill, who I met a couple of years later when he was doing People Under the Stairs. I brought up 2 movies of his. I said, I loved you in Silver Bullet, and I loved you in Quest for Fire. And when I said Quest for Fire, he stopped and did a double take, and I actually kind of got a smile and was like, wow, that's awesome, you know? So, but yeah, I love Silver Bullet. It's not scary. It's fun. It's a comedy.
Yeah.
It's a black comedy. It really is.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, that dream sequence haunted me for years, though.
That's the scariest thing in the movie. It really is.
She fucked me up, man.
He tore him apart.
Oh shit!
All right, Kenny, let's keep your tally going. You seen that one?
No.
All right, we'll try again with this one. Maximum Overdrive, 1986.
Cocaine, the movie. Oh my god, I love this fucking movie.
I had the soundtrack, but I didn't see the movie.
Oh my god, soundtrack's amazing.
The soundtrack's the best part.
Soundtrack's the best thing about the movie, but I fucking love Cocaine, the movie. I don't care who knows it. I will die on that hill. Jason X and Maximum Overdrive are 2 undeserved, unloved, misunderstood classics of the horror genre, in my opinion. So there you go.
Cocaine movie.
It is. It's Cocaine, the movie.
I know.
He was so fucking wiped out on his mind in coke. He has no recollection of making that movie. None. I mean, they almost killed a guy making that movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's a scene in the movie where a guy gets run over by a lawnmower.
Oh
and
yeah.
The lawnmower comes directly into the camera.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The way that he insisted that the cinematographer set that thing up, there was a language barrier because it was all an Italian crew. Because De Laurentiis, who produced it, had all Italians. None of them spoke English. Stephen King's wired on coke and doesn't speak Italian. Okay, so it was a lot of this.
Right.
Okay, and the way that they set that shot up, the lawnmower actually hit the camera lens, shattered it, and part of the mechanism flew into the cameraman's eye, blinded him in this eye, and damn near killed him.
Jesus.
Stephen King says that's the only thing from that movie he remembers. It's like, I would hope that you could remember that at least, you know, but yeah, watch that movie. You'll know why I call it Cocaine, the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane, but I love it. I fucking will always love that movie.
It's a fun movie, but it's
not good.
No, it's fun to watch though. It's totally fun to watch. But yeah.
And Yeardley Smith, Lisa Simpson,
Mm-hmm.
needs a ball gag in that movie. Oh my god, is she annoying as fuck in that movie? Curtis!
Rob,
see, there you go. Rob knows what I'm talking about.
Too bad she wasn't there for that mechanism to hit her eye.
Yeah, no shit, you know. But
or take her vocal cord.
I love that movie to death. I saw that at the drive-in on a triple bill with Legend, you know, with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Oh wow.
Cocaine, the movie, part 2. Okay?
Yeah. I was just gonna say something similar to that.
And I was so wasted. You know, it was a triple feature, and I was so drunk and wasted by the time that the first movie was over, Legend. I have no recollection of Maximum Overdrive or Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. It was like, what the fuck am I watching? You know, I mean, literally that for the next 3.5 hours. But yeah, love them both. Love them both.
If you ever watch the trailer Stephen King introduces, which is how some directors would introduce their movie during the trailers, like Alfred Hitchcock, William Castle, I'll have to check that out.
Oh, the funniest thing about that trailer is he goes, "My name's Stephen King. You know, people have been making my movies for years, and I always said, if you want to do it right, do it yourself. And at this point, De Palma, Kubrick, Toby Hooper, Cronenberg, John Carpenter, and a couple other people had directed a movie based on his work. And he was more or less saying, those guys are clowns. I'm the guy. And then Maximum Overdrive is what was the product. Oh, yeah. It's one of the most infamous trailers of all time.
Isn't there a line in that trailer?
Huh?
Isn't there a line, though, in that trailer where he goes, I'm going to scare the shit out of
I'm
you?
going to scare the hell out of you. Yeah. Because they do. They don't show a frame from the movie other than like the Green Goblin face on the truck. Okay.
Yeah.
That is literally the only thing they show from the movie. Everything else is just Stephen King talking smack about all these other guys.
There is another movie based on that story.
Yes.
Trucks. I have not seen it.
Ever made.
Is it worse than Maximum Overdrive?
Dude, there's a scene in that fucking movie. I shit you not, where a guy falls over and he gets killed by a remote control little car that is so weak it keeps bouncing off of his head like this. That's a Canadian movie starring Timothy Busfield from 30 something is the lead. And it is. It's the worst fucking thing ever made. Look that one up if you can. I knew Dan would have seen that.
Yeah. Okay.
You're definitely right about that, Jim. You're right. But at the same time, like that movie's so bad that honestly, I'm not kidding. There's a lot of times I forget that movie exists. Like right now, you guys bringing it up, like, fuck, I forgot about that movie.
Starts going through PTSD. Oh shit. Yeah.
Trucks is on Tubi.
Trucks is on Tubi.
Oh no, watch Maximum Overdrive. Maximum Overdrive is Citizen fucking Kane compared to Trucks. I'm telling you.
Isn't there another movie called like Killdozer or something like that?
There's a similar, there is a movie called Killdozer that's similar in plot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That came out before Maximum Overdrive, I think, though, didn't it?
Oh god.
I think so. That was a Corman movie, I think.
Yeah, Killdozer came out in '74, and that's on Fossum.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Nice.
But no, Trucks was in that same compilation as those other stories.
Yeah.
Which became Maximum Overdrive. So that was a night shift as well.
All right.
Killdozer stars Robert Urich.
Oh, well, hey, how can you go wrong there, man? Spencer.
Dan Hanna.
Spencer for hire, baby. Where's Hawk?
All right, Kenny. I'm sure you've seen this one. Stand By Me.
Yes. Blueberry Pie.
The greatest coming of age movie of all time.
Yep, I would agree with that. That was
the
based
greatest
on the body.
Young ensemble cast of all time.
Yep. Great movie. Great movie.
Yep. Rest in peace, River Phoenix.
Yeah, absolutely.
My God, is he good in that?
Yeah, they're all good in that.
Yeah, everybody's great in that movie. Everybody.
Yep.
Even Corey Feldman. I mean, that's probably Corey Feldman's best performance too.
Oh God, yeah.
Will Wheaton.
I'm
sorry, Will Wheaton. Kiefer Sutherland. That was the first time I ever saw Kiefer Sutherland. That was before The Lost Boys.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
Again, phenomenal.
First time I seen Kiefer Sutherland was in Max Dugan Returns. He's the pitcher in the baseball game.
Okay, I saw Max Dugan Returns. I had no clue he was in that fucking movie until you just said that.
Yep,
that's cool.
He's the pitcher who throws the ball to Matthew Broderick.
Again, that's a drive-in movie I haven't seen since The Drive-In. So that movie came out, what, 83 maybe? 84? Somewhere around there? Yeah, so you're talking, over 40 years since I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because Donald Sutherland's in that movie. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow, we're talking about Max Dugan Returns. I haven't thought about that movie in 40 years. It's a good deep cut there, Kenny.
The Richard Dreyfuss narration on that at the end makes me cry every single time.
It's got one of the greatest, actually the greatest last line in history, and he doesn't even say it. He just types it on screen.
Yeah.
I never had friends like I had when I was 11 later on. Jesus, does anyone? Mm-hmm. And it does. It right now, it's putting a lump in my throat.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that was originally published as The Body.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in a compilation called Different Seasons, which also includes two other films that will be coming up in the 90s.
Okay.
But Stand By Me, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah. My only thing is with the movie, I can't look at Blueberry Pie the same.
What gets me is the people in the
wrapping it
crowd
up.
are also puking blueberry pie, and none of them had any of it. You know, I mean, yeah, that's a great scene, though. It is,
Yeah.
because that again,
Yeah.
that's right out of the fucking book.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, it's right out of the book. So yeah, it's Rob Reiner. You know, because we'll get into that later on. But Rob Reiner is one of those few directors who is perfect when it comes to his adaptations of King, who's done more than one.
Yep.
And there's 3 total in my eyes. Him, Darabont, and oh Jesus Christ, Mike Flanagan, the guy who's
I knew you were going to say that because I know which
those
movie.
3. As far as I'm concerned, those 3 have perfect records when it comes to Stephen King.
Yep. All right, 87, Creepshow 2.
Right here.
Yes.
Yes, I seen that one.
And that
Like
has
it,
The Raft.
don't love it.
Yep.
The Raft is the only story of the 3 that is based on a Stephen King story.
Right.
The other 2 are not. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like it as much as the original Creepshow. Because the original Creepshow, all 5 of those stories, or 6 stories actually, are Stephen King.
Right.
But it's still a fun movie. It's still a very fun movie.
I haven't seen it.
Now, a lot of people,
You've never seen Creepshow 2? Really?
Nope.
Wow, that's surprising. Sorry. Go ahead, Sean.
I mean, obviously, like, you know, like what Creepshow is, there's like what 5 stories in it. Second one's got 3, but
yeah,
it wasn't until what Arrow Video released that box set where they gave you the pinfall story in a comic book form. That was supposed to be the final story in that. Apparently, they had I think it was budget issues and everything, time restraints getting in the way. I think they just decided to go with the 3 stories, but they were supposed to have that pinfall story where it was supposed to take place like it's like the classic tale of revenge, but like involving ballers, like a team of bowling or ballers, I guess, or whatever. But I've only read that actual story that comes in that set. Let me see if I can pull that out.
Yeah, I didn't even know that existed, to be honest.
Yeah, the Arrow Video, like they're actually releasing this set soon in the 4K
I've got
format.
the Arrow version, but I just got the standard version.
Oh, okay.
So that's why.
But the pinfall comic that comes with it is right here. Like that's the artwork on it and everything.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'd enjoy that.
It really is. I mean, as a collector and a diehard fan of, you know, Creepshow, it really is a nice little addition to have there.
I would definitely enjoy that.
Yeah, but I know Arrow is releasing the 4K format edition. They're like, this is the Blu-ray edition, but they're coming out with the 4K of that.
Well, hey, you get that 4K, you can gift me that Blu-ray. Like the way I just suggested that subliminally. Oh, that wasn't subliminal?
Very, very subliminal.
Subtle.
All right. Subtle. I am subtle, if nothing else.
All right. That one, 87. Also from 87. Little movie called The Running Man.
Yeah, I love it. Don't own it, believe it or not.
It's my favorite Arnold movie.
Yes.
Yep. I knew you'd
I am
seen
looking forward. I am looking forward to the new one. Although a lot of people are up in arms, and I keep telling them it is not a remake of the Schwarzenegger film. Nope. It is a straight adaptation of the source material, which the Schwarzenegger movie is not.
No.
So because of that, I'm looking forward to it.
This is of the Stephen King books that I've read. This is the first one that was made into a movie. I didn't read it in order, but I actually read the book that this one's based on, and the book is way different than the movie.
Much. You know, all the Bachman books are dark.
Yeah.
In tone. You know, they are. The Long Walk, which we'll talk about in a little while, is certainly no different. You know, even Thinner is a dark book and a dark movie. So, but no, Running Man's great.
Yeah,
you know,
it's good for what it is.
It's a great movie.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Kenny? You still with us?
Yeah, yeah. I was just trying to pull up some notes on Running Man, but
Okay.
go ahead.
I look forward to you choking on that contract, but I hope you save enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it down your throat and rip out your goddamn spine.
Hey, over here, Christmas tree.
I love that movie.
It's
Yeah, it's a great
Sub-Zero,
one.
not just plain Zero.
Yeah.
You know, when I first caught that on TV, that's another one I caught in the middle of it. I legit thought I was watching a game show. I was like,
Really?
oh, this is a movie. Never mind. Like, it took me a little bit to realize. Like, I really thought I was watching a game show at first.
Richard
when I
Dawson
first found that on
swearing.
TV.
Richard Dawson is actually the MVP of that fucking movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Does
I
he
mean,
kiss any
he's-
women though?
What's that?
Does he kiss any women in that movie? Because he kisses
Yeah.
everybody else during the Family Feud.
the old
you know?
lady when she first comes up on screen. The old lady
Oh,
essentially
okay.
who's like picks Dynamo because she likes her stalkers cute and cuddly. Sub-Zero.
Oh,
You
God.
know, yeah, he does. He gives her a kiss.
Shit.
That's funny. Slasher Fred says another Stephen King that is really classic is the original Running Man. It can be seen as a precursor to the American Gladiators, but to me, it's a precursor to the movie and the book, the series, The Hunger Game, which is true.
No, the movie was definitely more inspired by the American Gladiators
Yeah,
than anything. I
Yeah.
mean, because that was definitely before reality TV, but that's when they were starting to blend sports and entertainment together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then throw in the 80s that was around the same time that the They Live came out too. So that They
Yeah.
Live also has that kind of satire look at the economy and
Yep.
the haves and the have-nots. The Running Man tries the same way, but it's not as subtle. You
No.
know, it's not as smart about it. Let's put it that way.
right.
But it's entertaining as hell.
Yeah. That's why I'm interested to see the new one, to see what elements they take
Yes.
from the
And I
book.
want to know what the fuck they're going to do for the ending.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because at first I was like, there is no way in hell they could do that ending of the book. But there's a part of that trailer where you see them on an airplane and he's
Mhm.
like, and it's like, holy shit, there's only one part in that movie that takes place on an airplane and it's
Mhm.
the ending. So
We'll see.
we'll see if Edgar Wright has the balls to do it or not. And if he does, hey, I salute you. You know, good for you. It's been 25 years, to be
Since
fair.
you've read it.
No, since
Oh.
9/11.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That, to be fair, you know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
because that was the main complaint. People were always saying there's no way post 9/11 that you could do that ending.
Right.
So we'll see.
All right, we got to speed it up here.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's just we're not getting through these very fast because we're talking about them.
Well, we're gonna
All
get
right.
to some shit pretty soon, so I won't have much to say about them.
Yeah, neither will I. And I haven't been saying too much as it is. Pet Cemetery from 1989, from the book Pet Cemetery.
Sometimes dead is better.
That is
Yep.
better. Yep.
Fred Gwynn, rest in peace,
Yes.
is fantastic in this film. He's
Yes, he is.
he's so good. And Zelda is nightmare fuel.
Yes.
Oh God.
I
Never
mean-
get out of bed again.
Yeah. And again, the book, it's probably Stephen King's darkest book, without a doubt. It's the scariest book. It's that book is brutal. I mean, as gnarly as that movie is, the book is worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, love it, love it, love it.
The one thing about that movie that always strikes me is nobody ever talks about the guy that did the makeup effects,
Yeah.
which are really fucking good.
With Paxcow in his brain.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, the guy's name was David Leroy Anderson.
Somebody else did Zelda though, didn't they?
I don't know.
I think Tony Gardner
Really?
did Zelda. I might be mistaken. I might
Okay.
be, and if I am,
me-
I'm
Let me
sorry.
dig. No, you could be totally right, but
I thought I remember reading something about that at the time in Fangoria, but again, my mind might be, too much THC through the years.
Full cast. All right. Well, I'm looking that up.
Kenny, you seen Pet Sematary?
Yeah, that's the one I told you with the cat jumping in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
That scared the shit out of me. Yeah, especially at 2:00 in the morning watching
That cute little kid from Kindergarten Cop turning into that little zombie bastard. Yeah. Boys have penises, girls got vaginas. Now I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, when I was a chef, I used to tell my brother, I used to give him money and say, "Here, go rent some movies at West Coast Video." I come home, there was like 6 of them sitting on the VCR. Come home, unwrap my Wawa hoagie. The first one I grabbed was Pet Sematary. My buddy watched it with me. He goes, "We shouldn't be watching this at 3:00 in the morning." I'm like, "I don't think we should either." I didn't know what it was. He just said, my brother just said, "Oh yeah, Herman Munster's in this." I'm like, "All right, well."
He's like,
how bad
Herman
can it
Munster and Pet Sematary. Oh, it's a comedy about
Oh, it's a
animals.
comedy.
be?
Oh,
Well,
that's cool.
Chris, my brother knew that I didn't like horror movies, so he just said Herman Munster was in it. So I watched it. I'm like, "Oh fuck, this is a scary movie." I had no idea. And then when that cat jumped in the water, I was like, "What the hell?" You know?
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
not.
love that little kid, man. I played with mommy. Now I want to play with you. You know, it's just holy shit. You know.
I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah,
off the
you're
top of-
probably right, Sean.
Yeah, it's fine. I
I probably got that confused with another movie.
but it's weird. The makeup effects in that were really, really good.
Yeah.
He did Men in Black and Nutty Professor and Cabin in the Woods,
Nice.
but you never hear his name for on anything.
Hey, that guy had mad props for Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah,
Just for
absolutely.
the different creatures and shit. I know a lot of it was CG, but still,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of practical effects in that movie. But yeah, I did see the comment earlier saying that George Romero was supposed to direct Pet Sematary, and that is correct.
Yeah,
that is absolutely correct.
Yeah, I think he was doing the dark half instead. At the time.
Yeah, in the dark. Well, he ended up doing the dark half instead, because they were originally toying around with Romero doing a film version of The Stand, but they couldn't figure out how to condense it into one film because the book is so massive. And then they switched from that over to Pet Sematary. But then, if I'm not mistaken, Stephen King at the time decided that it was too dark and he didn't want it to be. I mean, he was even thinking about not publishing it because it was such a dark story, and changed his mind. And then about that time is when Romero moved on to the dark half. But that sat on a shelf for almost 3 years.
Yeah.
Because of Orion.
Yeah, I remember that. All right, we move into the 90s with Tales from the Dark Side, the movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right there. And
the segment, the Cat from Hell. Yep, that's the original art.
Cat from Hell is the best story of the 3 as well.
Yeah.
Although I do like all 3 stories.
Yeah, I like the whole movie.
I like the wraparound on this with Deborah Harry.
Yeah, I like the whole movie, but Cat from Hell's good.
Yeah, no, outside of Creepshow, Tales from the Dark Side is probably my favorite anthology horror movie.
Yeah,
I know Tom Savini said the closest you'll ever get to a Creepshow 3 is Tales from the Dark Side, the movie.
Yeah, because Creepshow 3 sucks. There is a Creepshow 3, and it's a piece of shit. So, but yeah, Tales from the Dark Side it's a solid film. It really is. Great cast.
Yeah.
It's a good show too.
Yeah. And again, it wasn't quite as up to par with Tales from the Crypt because Tales from the Crypt was an HBO show and Tales from the Dark Side was a syndicated network show.
Right.
But for its limitations, yeah, it was great.
Yep. All right. Also from 1990. 1990, we had 3 movies.
Yep.
Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, Graveyard Shift, which I haven't seen.
I do not own that. I have seen it. Don't like it.
Yeah. I'm a fan of it. That's another one I think, honestly, growing up with it, didn't care for it that much. Gave it more of a chance to actually have a copy of it now. It's grown on me so much more. Very atmospheric movie. And probably the most disgusting basement I've ever seen in any movie of my life.
I got a rat phobia. So just reading that story because the story is really unnerving. It really is.
Yeah.
The movie to me isn't scary. It didn't like, creep me out like, I thought it would. I just don't think it's a
Yeah.
great movie. However, that being said, Brad Dourif is fucking phenomenal in Graveyard Shift.
Yeah.
He's only in it for like, what do you think, Sean? Maybe 10 minutes tops?
Yeah, because he tells his Viet Cong story and everything.
he gives his Jaws speech. And then he
Yeah, yeah,
disappears for a while.
basically.
All right.
He's like, he's an exterminator who gets excited over finding swarms of rats and everything. He's like chewing tobacco. He's just the most unsavory guy ever.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay,
If he's in it, I gotta check it out.
Oh yeah,
'Cause-
yeah.
yeah,
He's great.
yeah. Brad Dourif. That's a automatic watch for me. All right, Misery, also 1990. Great fucking movie.
Great movie.
And again,
Now is
Rob Reiner, 2 for 2.
And I read the book of
Now,
that one too. I read the book
does
before I saw the
Misery-
movie.
oh,
Go
okay.
ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, is Misery the first time a Stephen King adaptation won an award?
Yes, Carrie was nominated, but Misery was the first time that it won, and that was for Kathy Bates. And as crazy and as nasty as she is in that, because Sean will back me up on this, as crazy and as nasty as she gets in that movie, the book is much worse because she doesn't take a sledgehammer to his foot. She takes an axe, chops off his feet, and then cauterizes the wounds.
Yep.
And then later on, if he ain't typing fast enough, she starts chopping off his fingers. And oh yeah, by the end of that book, man. Real quick story, because I know we're running long on time. But my father, God rest his soul, he's been gone now for almost 25 years. But
Wow.
he was in the heart. He had heart issues, and he ended up getting a heart transplant eventually. But when he was originally waiting for his heart, he was in and out of the hospital a lot. And he called me one time and said, "Hey, I'm running out of shit to read." He was a Tom Clancy fan. And he said, "Bring me a book to read." So what do I bring him? Fucking Misery. So here's this poor guy in a hospital bed, and in the middle of the night, nurses are coming in to check on him and poking him and doing this and that. And I came to visit him a couple days. I'm like, hey. And he threw the book at me. He was like, "What the fuck did you bring me?" I was just like, so, love you, Dad. Miss you.
Yeah. When I was reading the book, because I read the book before the movie came out.
Yeah, me too.
In the book they actually have the sequences from the book that he's writing.
Yes.
And
Misery's
the typewriter. Child. And the typewriter talks to him.
Yep.
I wanted to cast Jack Nicholson as the typewriter.
The one touch of the book that I really did like, though, and again, you'd probably appreciate this. At a certain point, certain keys of the typewriter start breaking. Okay. Mm-hmm. So as the manuscript is coming out, you're seeing like little handwritten S's and little handwritten H's in the middle of all this typed script. And it was like reading that in the book. I just thought it was kind of a cool touch. I was like, that's kind of, I like that. So
that was very cool. Yeah.
Misery. It's great. As everybody always talks about Kathy Bates, but you also got to give a ton of credit to James Caan.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's phenomenal in that film, and he doesn't get enough credit because he just lays in a bed for the most part.
Right.
But he's such a physical actor and always has been. To have that kind of restraint, he's phenomenal in that film.
Yeah. Yeah, he shows his vulnerable side in it, and you can tell the helplessness in his performance and just the way he presents himself. It's really, really good.
All right, we got to keep moving here.
Yeah, we got to keep moving. 92, The Lawnmower Man, technically not based on. It was a very, very loose take on a King short story.
You could say that.
Very, very loose take in that there's one death that is done in one way.
In one line of dialogue.
Yeah. And King successfully removed his name from the marketing, but it was released theatrically.
Sued them twice.
Yes.
And made more money off that lawsuit than any other film deal he has ever made.
I did not know that.
Yes. When he saw the movie, he insisted that he wanted his name off the advertising. But by that time, it was already released theatrically as Stephen King's The Lawnmower Man.
Mm-hmm.
So the judge said that it would cost the studio too much money to take all those prints back or whatever, so they could no longer advertise it that way, and any future editions could not have that on there. So what happens, as soon as it came out on videotape, VHS, fucking New Line released it as Stephen King's The Lawnmower Man, and he sued him again, and that's when he won a shitload of money. And he said that now The Lawnmower Man's his favorite movie because he made more money off of that movie than any other deal he's ever made.
Yep. That's hilarious. I knew he sued him twice, but I didn't know about the money. I believe you are correct, Fred.
Yep.
Talk about cashing in on a bad movie.
I love The Lawnmower Man. I don't care. It's a bad movie. I still love it.
It's a lot of fun.
It's fun. I think Pierce Brosnan's really good in it.
Yeah.
Jeff Fahey, that performance didn't age as well as it maybe I thought it would, you know, because at the time I was like, wow, Jeff Fahey's awesome. Now I'm like, wow, Jeff Fahey's not very good. But Pierce Brosnan, and it's got Jenny Wright in it. I mean, the world needs more movies with Jenny Wright in it. So
won't knock that.
I finally saw the extended cut for Lawnmower Man about a year ago. Finally saw that, and I was because like people were like, you know, if you liked any bit of the original cut of that, you should watch the director's cut. And I watched it, and then, you know, I would prefer that version over it, but the movie still just is what it is. So
the theatrical cut, is 108 minutes. The extended cut is 141 minutes. I mean, we're talking like there's a whole subplot that isn't in that theatrical version. But yeah, I prefer the director's cut as well. I do.
I haven't seen the director's cut. I'll have to take because I have that edition. I haven't watched it though.
Yeah, you got to find out about Turbo Man.
Right. But I did prefer that cut just a little bit more than that theatrical version.
It made more sense.
That would be good. The Lawnmower Man 2. Wasn't Matt Frewer in the Lawnmower Man 2?
Joe War, and that thing is unwatchable. Patrick Bergen's in that movie too. Just a horrible movie.
Fred just backed me up. Oh God. Okay, moving along. The Dark Half from '93. I haven't seen that one.
Right here.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a good
one.
one.
Supposedly it's being remade.
Really?
According to Stacy, it's being remade.
Yeah.
So
sorry to hear that.
Yeah. But George Romero, Amy Madigan, you know, who is kind of having a little moment right now. I won't go any further than that. Timothy Hutton, dual roles, and Michael Rooker. The first time I ever saw Michael Rooker play a good guy.
Right.
Wow.
Because up until this point, he played douchebags for the most part, or serial killers, or whatever. Because right after this one is when Cliffhanger came out, and he played a good guy in that as well. Yeah. But this is an underrated movie. It's not top tier, but it's solid.
All right.
Yeah.
Also 93, Needful Things. Haven't seen that.
Right here.
Big fan of that one. Love that movie.
Yes, and again, the Kino version has two versions of the film. A theatrical version, which is 2 hours, 120 minutes, and a 191-minute television cut that was originally on TNT over 2 nights and was never released again until this version.
Oh, nice.
And again, I prefer the 3.5-hour version. It fills in more backstory and more character development. And it's just, again, this is not top tier Stephen King. No. Max von Sydow is worth watching alone. He plays the Devil, and he's my favorite on-screen version of the Devil ever. So there you go.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, even like the real like the subtle things about his character, like his nails, you could just see it are just not very human. Like his teeth are kind of yellow.
Fun.
Like
there's a gleam in his eye. You know, like he's just him and JT Walsh, who's again another great actor who's no longer with us. But the two of them play off each other extraordinarily well in Needful Things. They just do. And again, like
Yeah.
some of these other movies that are coming up, it's a comedy. It's not a horror movie. The book that it's based on is a comedy, but it's this fucking thick. Okay.
All right.
So when the 2-hour theatrical cut came out, and again, I'm a huge fan of that book. I saw it at the theater and I was like, this movie's good, but it's like a Diet Coke as opposed to, a real Coke. It's the same thing, but it's not, So when I saw this 3.5-hour version, I was like, that's the book. They actually did the book. So yeah, Needful Things. I like it a lot.
Cool. All right, we can skip this next one, The Shawshank Redemption. Nobody's seen that.
Piece of shit. Never heard of it. Fuck that movie. Thank God Forrest Gump beat this.
Yes.
Nothing but a bunch of degenerate criminals in that movie. We can skip that one.
Yeah.
Frank Darabont, never heard from again.
Yeah.
No, perfect movie.
Yeah, absolutely perfect movie.
Enough said. Perfect movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lucky enough to live not too far away from the Mansfield prison where a lot of it was filmed, and I got to tour around. They have a recreation of where "Red was here" was written on the girder or the post or whatever.
Yeah, Brooks was here. So was Red.
Brooks was here. Sorry, yeah, not Red was here though.
No, and then so was Red.
Oh yeah, but yeah, it's just an amazing place to go to if you ever get a chance in Mansfield, Ohio. It's I think it's called the Mansfield Reformatory Center or something like that. But it's really, really cool. Definitely check it out if you get a chance.
That is also in the same collection as Stand By Me.
Yep.
Different seasons. And the novella was originally called Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption, which just rolls off the fucking tongue.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would change that, But
No, they should have kept the title.
yeah. But again, perfect movie.
Great cast.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman, Tim Robbins.
Yeah. Clancy Brown.
We could talk about that. We could talk about that movie for 2 hours, I think, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
Moving
we'll
on.
move on to the next movie, which is just in the same class, The Mangler.
Oh, okay. No, I don't have that one. I've seen it. Piece of shit.
Which I have not seen.
Robert Englund. Again, best thing about it is Robert Englund because he's over the top, just like Brad Dourif in Graveyard Shift, but horrible movie. Really bad.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Have
Yeah,
you
you even got Ted Levine's in that too.
Yeah.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah.
It's about a killer laundry machine. And I am not making that up.
I know you're not.
I'll have to
All right.
cancel my plans to see if I can.
Because even the short story that it's based on, I remember reading as a kid and going, what?
It seems like in like the early 90s, from like 90 to 95, evil appliances in horror movies started to get popular, and that was one of them, kind of. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you never knew what you were going to get.
Yeah.
All right, I think you were going to hold up Dolores Claiborne.
Nope. And
Nope.
another one that I wish I owned because that's a very solid movie.
Also from 95.
I don't own that one though.
Okay, I haven't seen that one either.
Spiritual cousin to Gerald's Game, which is a Netflix film.
Yeah.
And that's a Flanagan film. But both stories have to do with an eclipse. And Dolores Claiborne, Kathy Bates should have won an Oscar for that film as well. She's great.
I've heard she's great in it.
And so is what's his face?
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
No, she's great too, but no, Christopher Plummer.
Oh,
right.
He is fantastic in that movie. So
isn't
David
Amanda in that too?
What's that?
I think Amanda Plummer's in that too, isn't she? Or I'm probably thinking of something else. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Never mind.
But no, David Strathairn, who always plays such a nice guy, like with sneakers and stuff, plays a truly despicable person. and Dolores Claiborne. So, yeah, that movie's worth watching. It really is. It's a melodrama. It's not a horror movie.
Alrighty. 96, we had one movie from Richard Bachman.
Well, I think you skipped one from 92.
Did I?
Yeah, because I kept on grabbing this one.
Which one?
Sleepwalkers.
Right.
Oh,
that's correct.
that didn't come up. That didn't
Directed
come up
by
on my list.
Mick Garris. That's the original.
Huh.
And you know why? Because you typed in based on his books or whatever. This was originally a original screenplay. So that's probably why it's not on your list.
That's probably why. Yep.
Yeah. But this is the best cat bestiality incest movie you've ever seen. Because I don't know how else to describe this shit crazy movie. I mean, it's insane.
No, yeah, you're totally right. I did skip that one. Yeah, because that's what I did. I asked for ones that were from books that were made into theatrical movies.
But yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, that was a direct. He wrote that directly for the screen, so that's why.
Okay.
But yeah, Sleepwalkers, again, not a good movie, a lot of fun.
Cool. Thanks for throwing that in there. All right. 96, Thinner.
Yes.
Seen it, don't own it.
I saw it. Don't own it.
Bachman book.
Yeah.
And that was the last Bachman. Well, let me rephrase that. That was supposed to be the last Bachman book. He said it was the last Bachman book, and then he released 3 more. It's like Ozzy with the tours, you know. But
yeah.
But Thinner. It's not top tier, but it's entertaining.
It's an entertaining movie. Yeah.
Tom Holland directed it, and I'll watch anything that Tom Holland directed.
Yeah.
You know, it's the guy that he did Fright Night, for God's sake. So.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed Thinner, man. Even at just the way the movie plays out in that final act, man, it's just so totally nerve-wracking and just disgusting.
Yeah, Montaigne's good in it.
Yeah, right.
You know, playing the Puerto Rican gangster.
Oh, that fucking guy.
Just looking at this next one, which sort of skirted by my requirements, but I guess it comes in under the wire. The Night Flyer, which
great movie. I wish God I had that.
Yeah,
that is a very small, limited release movie about a vampire who uses a private plane to move around.
That's awesome.
And the plane is his own coffin. And there's an investigative reporter who works for Skin Rag, like the Inquirer, who's chasing this guy around. Yeah, there you go, Sean.
There you go.
Yeah.
And,
this movie needs to be upgraded bad. Man.
Absolutely. Miguel Ferrer from RoboCop is the star of it. And he's phenomenal.
Okay.
And there's one great shot in the movie where he's chasing this guy to an airport, and there's nobody in the airport, but there's like slaughter and stuff. And suddenly he feels like he's going to puke, so he runs in the bathroom. And he's doing his thing, and he's standing at the sink, and all of a sudden he hears something, and he looks up in the urinal behind him. He can see blood piss, but nothing else. The vampire, no reflection. He's taking a piss in this urinal, and it's just, oh yeah, it's such a great moment. And he's afraid to turn around, but he knows, you know. He's just, oh, it's great. That's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm looking at the cover of it. I've seen it at the video store. I don't know how many times I walked by it. I never picked it up.
Yeah, it needs a Blu-ray badly. It's a really good, fun movie.
Wow.
Like another reason why it really does truly need an upgrade is because even on like the DVDs, it's all the box screen ratio. You don't even have it in widescreen either. It's like, come on, let's fix this movie, guys.
Yeah. It truly does deserve it. It's a little hidden gem. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed that one. And even the look of the vampire in it's just so different.
Yeah. And again, you know, Miguel Ferrer, who I've always liked as an actor. I've always thought he was a great actor. It's like a one-man show again. for the majority of the film, it's him. Where he's just talking to himself and doing this and doing that. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm putting that one on my list.
It's available on eBay, Sean.
Is it
on
Yeah.
DVD?
Yeah, on DVD. The cheapest I've seen it was $11.76.
That's not too bad.
It's actually
No.
not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really not too bad considering that sometimes that DVD can be going for
Yeah.
stupid money, and then the
Yeah, I
video
thought it'd be
quality
more
isn't even all that
expensive than that.
great.
Yeah, there's one for $11.76, and then there's a couple for $13 and $14 free shipping.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I'll
the
check it out.
DVD I have, I think I paid $10 for this a long time ago. But like at this point, it's it's not like they're even printing this, so getting that
Right.
for that price is very reasonable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So even if you get it for $14, it's $5 for shipping. So
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you're
Yeah.
Patrick.
Not bad.
I mean, you like, yeah, if you're a collector and you consider today's standard prices and you look at that, it's really not bad.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. No.
All right, moving right along.
Yep. That was 97, 98. Apt Pupil, based on from different seasons.
Another story from that different seasons book.
Yep.
And the most problematic of the stories, and definitely the most problematic of the films. Because of who made the film.
Oh, right.
Bryan Singer.
Oh yeah.
And let's just say that there were some allegations made about that film. And after watching that film, after those allegations, I totally understand it, because it's like you could see there's some shit going on in that movie. And yeah, it's a good movie. Good performance by Ian McKellen.
Uh-huh.
Good performance by Brad Renfro, who unfortunately is no longer with us. He died very young.
Right.
And believe it or not, a very good performance from David Schwimmer,
Yeah.
of all people. But again, it's one of those movies I'm uncomfortable watching. So there you go.
Yeah. I saw it before anything was out about a Bryan Singer. I didn't like the movie when I saw it. I just said I'm looking at my old review on here. I wrote the review back in 1999, so forgive me if I don't remember what I wrote 26 years ago.
Yeah. I don't remember what I said 26 minutes ago. So
I just said I don't know how I feel about it, because I don't know why it was made or the audience it was aiming for. If it was intended, as some suggest, to show how the Nazis gained influence over those who did their bidding, I suggest a viewing of the 1981 TV movie called The Wave, which also featured Bruce Davidson, is in order, which I really recommend. I recommend that movie. I did not. That's all I really remember about Apt Pupil, is how much I didn't like it.
yeah.
So.
Yeah. The story that it's based on is a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because it's fleshed out a little more.
Oh, I'm sure.
But again, like you, it's just why does this movie exist?
Yeah.
And again, it's not that it's like, it's not like watching Serbian film or something like that.
Right.
But again, because of the circumstances involved,
Yeah.
that's the main reason why I was already on the fence about it. Now I'm like, okay, I don't need to watch it.
Yeah, and knowing that, I have no reason to go back and revisit it. So
Right. So
yeah. So we'll just skip that one. All right. Next up, The Green Mile from 1999. Great film.
okay, here's a question for you guys real quick. Okay. Who's the bigger villain? Percy from The Green Mile or the Warden from The Shawshank Redemption? Which one's more loathsome as a person?
Oh,
Because they're both total pieces of shit.
I'd say Percy.
Yeah, I'd say Percy as well.
I think Percy as
that's
well.
not an easy one to land on, but if you got to go at one, it's probably gonna be Percy.
Percy.
But they're both just despicable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Green Mile's great.
Yeah.
And again,
Great.
Frank
Great
Darabont.
movie. Darabont. Yep.
2 for 2.
And I also feel like with Stephen King adaptations, not often you get a tearjerker. That one's that can be hard to that's a movie that can really hit you where you live.
That's just it. When Stephen King doesn't do horror, Okay, when his movies aren't horror related for the most part, they are. They'll rip your heart out one way or the other. I mean, even Stand By Me. You know, that last shot with River Phoenix walking and then disappearing.
Yep.
You know, as he says, he was stabbed in the throat, he died instantly. You know, I mean, it's one of those moments, you know, and Green Mile is filled with moments like that. I love watching people react to that movie, and they're all just bawling throughout. Every time somebody gets killed, they're just bawling their eyes out, especially when what's his face goes, the French guy, Edward Delacroix or whatever, you know, when he doesn't wet the sponge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, people just lose their fucking minds watching that shit, you know? So yeah, great movie.
Yeah. Just
Like I said, Percy, man.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I love about that movie is people will be watching it and nothing supernatural happens in that movie until like an hour in.
Yeah.
And then that first time where he sucks the shit out, you know, and this and that, people are like, what the fuck am I watching? You know, I mean, it turns on a dime, you know, it's awesome. It really is.
Yep. All right, then we enter sort of a lull in the theatrical releases from King, the 2000s. We have one in 2001, Hearts in Atlantis.
Yes,
which I did not see.
Nah, it's all right. Hearts in Atlantis, the book, is a bunch of different short stories and one semi-long story, and the movie is based on that semi-long story, but it doesn't connect to the other stories the way that it should, so therefore it's an unsatisfying movie.
Gotcha.
Okay, but the performances are great. Anton Yelchin, I think, you know, great. Anthony Hopkins, you know, I mean, come on, but it's I don't own it for a reason. It's not a movie that I would probably watch again. Let's put it that way.
Then we skip to 2003, Dreamcatcher, which I have not seen, but I've heard is terrible.
It's pretty fucking bad.
And then when you see Morgan Freeman in it, it's like, what are you doing here?
Dude, the entire talent pool of that movie, behind and in front of the camera. I mean, Lawrence Kasdan wrote and directed that film, and it more or less destroyed his career. I mean, it's just shit weasels. I'm not kidding. Shit weasels. That's what they are called.
Wow.
It's just, I mean, yeah, it's just, and I remember reading that book, okay, and going, what the fuck am I reading? Okay. And then I realized later after the fact, that's when Stephen King got hit by the car and he was all in and out of it on Percocet and other drugs when he was writing that book. Okay. That's why that book does not make a lick of sense. And that's why that movie is a fever dream, because it's just, so when Kasdan came out with the movie, I was thinking, okay, fine. He's going to fucking fix this book. And no.
Adapted it as is.
Bad.
I don't know if Stacy's still here, but I don't know if she was joking or not.
Yeah, I think she's kidding. The LOL at the end.
I'm pretty sure she was kidding.
Yeah, the LOL at the end. Because again,
but I'm not that thick. Yeah,
I had Pete on my show the other day, and we were talking about, you know, this episode coming up. And out of the blue, he goes, "Oh, I'll tell you about one of the worst experiences in a theater in my life." And before he could spit it out, I'm like, "Dreamcatcher," and he's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "I knew it."
That is a bad one, man.
It's fucking horrible.
All right, 2004, 2 movies came out. Secret Window.
Don't own it. I have seen it.
Never saw it.
Yeah. Johnny Depp.
Same from me. Yeah, same from me. I've seen it. I just don't own it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's nothing special, but it's watchable. Good cast.
Kenny, you
know,
seen that
is
one?
there one here? Is there one here I can confirm? Is The Ninth Gate, is that a Stephen King adaptation or no?
No, it is not.
I frequently confuse those two.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
aren't the posters similar, Sean?
Secret Window.
Aren't the posters the same, basically?
Well, they both got Johnny Depp's face on.
Yeah,
them.
they're very similar. Yeah.
Right.
It might be the goatee because he's got like a goatee in both. You know, if I'm not mistaken, or a mustache or some shit. He was probably still doing those Captain Sparrow movies or some shit. But yeah, again, it's a decent movie. It's not great.
And then the other one that came out in 2004, I've never heard of before, but it was released, a limited release in U.S. theaters, called Riding the Bullet.
That is a Mick Garris movie.
Yeah.
David Arquette.
Yep. Jonathan Jackson, Barbara Hershey.
Yeah, very boring.
It was,
Based on a short story that is also very boring.
yeah, called Riding the Bullet.
Yeah, not very good.
Okay, we'll skip that one. 1408, which I have seen from 2007.
Yeah.
We've only just begun. For a PG-13 movie, this movie's creepy as fuck, man.
Yeah,
I really love this movie. And again, one-man show. John Cusack in this case.
Yep.
He's phenomenal in this movie.
Yep.
Yeah, I really like 1408.
I think that's the last movie that I've seen that John Cusack was really, really good. That I can think of.
I might have to agree.
Did
with
Identity come out before or after that? 'Cause I liked him in Identity.
Before.
Okay.
He did that movie, the Brian Wilson movie.
Oh yeah. The Beach Boys.
Oh yeah,
movie.
you're right.
Love
You're
and
right.
Mercy.
Yeah,
he was very good in that.
He
was
did
very
another.
good in
He did another movie that nobody talks about, and I can't remember the where his wife is a soldier, and she gets killed.
Oh, Grace is Gone.
There you go.
Yeah,
And
he's
he's
got to
and he's
figure
got
out a way to tell his kids that
two little
his
girls.
wife got killed over in Iraq.
There you go.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that one.
Very sad movie.
That came out
Good
at the
movie.
same time, 2007.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to check that one out because I have not heard that one.
That's a really good one, Sean.
But
Okay.
yeah, 1408's great.
Thank you. Yeah, 1408 is very good. And then also from 2007, The Mist.
Right. Yes.
Is that what
Derived
the-
3 for 3.
Punisher, right?
What?
Yes, Thomas Jane
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
in his best performance.
Yep.
In my opinion, he's phenomenal. Everybody's phenomenal in this film.
Yeah.
Released on Thanksgiving Day. And guess who went and saw it on Thanksgiving Day with his mother, 76
good
years
for
old
you.
mother at the time, before dinner, and told her, "Mom, we're going to see a horror movie. You might not want to go with me." No, we'll go see it. And let's just say after the ending of that movie,
Oh,
neither one of us had an appetite. And it wasn't because we were grossed out. It was because we literally had our heart ripped out of our chest. And
Yep.
top 5 Stephen King movie for me.
yep.
Just this.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
top 3.
It's so good. It's so
Very
fucking good.
Yep. Frankie says it's better in black and white. I
Yeah.
have not seen the black and white version.
Yeah, this
I own
version's
it.
got both.
Yeah, I own it, but I haven't watched it in black and white. Great movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one, Kenny?
No.
Again, that one is great, but my God, it's got one of the
I knew Thomas Jane was in it because I am a big fan of Thomas Jane as an actor.
if you ever watched The Walking Dead, about half that cast. Okay.
Yeah.
But seriously,
Yeah.
about half the cast
Yeah,
from The
half the
Walking
cast
Dead is
is
in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, he was the
Yeah,
showrunner. So,
Let's see if
yeah.
you've seen
Yeah.
the big
Frank
one coming
Darabont.
up.
All right. Next one, 2014, which somehow is out of sync. No, we got 2013 is Carrie, the remake, which
Yeah,
I've
don't
never
own it.
seen.
Yeah, with Chloe Moritz or whatever her name
Yeah.
is.
Chloe
And again,
Yeah.
she's
Moretz.
decent. You know, she's a good actress, but that
Yeah.
movie doesn't need to exist.
No, yeah, that's why I won't even bother watching it because it doesn't need to exist. And then for some reason, the Chat GPT put this one in front of Carrie, A Good Marriage. from
I didn't know that was
2014.
theatrically released. I
It,
thought that was a cool movie.
it got a theatrical video on demand release
Oh.
according to, but it was
Yeah, that's
based on the novella Full Dark, No Stars.
Yeah, that's a melodrama about a woman who is married to a man, good marriage, and then she kind of starts suspecting that he might be a serial killer.
Oh, so it's a happy story.
Joan Allen's in that, I believe.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So haven't
All
seen
right.
it. Haven't seen it. Read the story though.
Marriage was on Lifetime. Really?
Oh, okay. Could be.
Yeah. It says it was released theatrical, so that's why it was on the list. So I'm trusting of the computer on that one. 2016 is Cell, which was released on video on demand and then got a limited theatrical release.
God, is that
And
movie bad?
I have not seen it, but I have heard only bad things about it.
The opening of that movie is great.
Okay.
It really is. The opening scene of that movie is like, you ever see The Happening?
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh.
Okay, The Happening. The opening scene of that movie is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Okay? It really
The
is.
rest of the
And then
movie
the rest of it just falls apart.
Right.
Cell is the exact same thing. The opening scene when everything goes crazy is phenomenal. And then the rest of it is just like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So
Yeah.
as bad as The Happening is, it's better than Cell.
Oh, well, there's a testimonial for you.
Put that on your next DVD rental box. Hey, this movie's better than Cell.
Don't get
All
cataract.
right. 2017, The Dark Tower, which I have not seen.
The film that shall not be named.
Yeah.
All I'll say is you've got 8 novels.
Yep.
How in God's green earth do you think you can get that into a 95-minute movie?
Did they try to base the entire series in one movie?
Kinda.
Seriously? Oh,
Kinda.
God.
And it doesn't make a lick of sense, and it has nothing to do with any of the books, with the exception of the name of the characters and a couple lines of dialogue.
Oh.
And I love those books. Fucking love them. And I love Idris Elba. And I love Matthew McConaughey. And it's just a horrible, horrible fucking movie. So.
See, like I never even read any of the books, and I watched the movie on its own, and still, like, you know, I don't even have that background book knowledge, and I still didn't like the damn movie because it doesn't make much sense.
Apparently, Flanagan is working on adapting the series to an Amazon show. But then after announcing that, now they're saying that he's doing a Carrie thing, and then he's doing an Exorcist thing, and he's doing this and that and the other. And it's like, screw that. Do the fucking Dark Tower. So,
Yeah.
But whatever. Horrible movie. Horrible movie.
Then also from 2017, It.
Yes.
Yep.
Great fucking movie.
Yep. I saw that theatrically.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, I've seen it in the theater.
With
I
the
didn't see
exception
the
of Stand By
next
Me.
chapter though.
With the exception of Stand By Me, the second greatest child cast ever, in my opinion. Because every kid in this movie brings it. They're all fantastic.
They're all
every
good.
one of them.
Yep.
And Bill Skarsgård had huge shoes to fill because Tim Curry is so iconic as Pennywise. And I think he pulled it off. I really do. I think he's great.
Yeah, I always feel like because I know it's the first part, I haven't seen the second one.
Go ahead and bring it up now.
Yep. From 2019. I haven't seen chapter 2. So I always feel like I'm sort of hanging in the balance. Like I can't have a complete opinion about the first one because I haven't seen the second one.
Chapter 2 is fine. It's just not as good.
That's what I've heard.
But that's the way the book is.
Okay.
When they're kids in the book, it's riveting.
Yeah.
But then when they come back as adults, they're fucking adults now. So it's not as riveting, but it's still good.
Okay.
So, yeah, you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it.
Okay. I have it. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I think people just like to shit on that movie just to shit on it.
Yeah.
You know, because there's certain things in the movie that aren't in the book.
Mm-hmm.
And this also came out right around the time that the whole woke, quote unquote, shit started.
Right.
So there's certain things in this movie that I guarantee people have issues with, and on both sides.
Yeah.
And it's like, just watch the goddamn movie, you know?
Right.
So.
Right. I think I know what you're talking about because I've heard about it. So
yeah.
I skipped over the remake of Pet Sematary, which also came out in 2019, which I
Good.
haven't seen.
Wise choice that was.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen
You
it.
haven't seen it?
As much as I love John Lithgow, he's the only reason why I would watch it.
Yeah.
I heard such bad things about it, and I know about the twist. You know, that
Yeah.
it's the daughter and not the son or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, fuck that. So
Right.
yeah, I never saw it.
Yeah, I didn't bother. Dr. Sleep, also from 2019.
Right here. And here's
Which I
the
have not seen.
most controversial thing I have said on this show so far. I prefer this to The Shining.
Wow.
I am not saying it's better.
Yeah.
So put your knives down, people. I am saying I have a better time watching this movie than I do in The Shining.
Yeah.
And it's because of one scene in particular that has to do with Jacob Tremblay, who's a child actor. Okay. He plays a baseball playing kid.
Mm-hmm.
And the main protagonist, played by Rebecca Ferguson. And it is without a doubt one of the most unnerving scenes in any movie I have ever seen in my life. I mean, it's hard to watch. It is fucking phenomenal. And because of that, that's the reason why Dr. Sleep to me is better. It's more effective to me. It's just awesome. So watch it.
Cool.
Especially the director's cut if you get a chance.
All right. Is that on the Blu-ray?
Yes.
Okay.
The one I've got has both versions of the film.
Yeah, that's the one I have. Okay.
Yes.
All right, we're moving into the 2020s, so we're getting into the end of this.
Yes. Jim can shut the fuck up for once.
Nah, you're fine. Remake of Firestarter. We already kind of talked about that, so we'll skip it. Yeah. I haven't seen this one, but I did want to see it. It's The Boogeyman from 2023.
Ready?
That's the last Stephen King adaptation I've seen.
From Arlington Heights Memorial Library.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, got this off of eBay for like $6.
Cool.
Again, PG-13 film from that Night Shift collection, just like a lot of these other films. And yeah, for a PG-13 film, it's effective. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't love it, but I do like it.
I pretty much agree with what you're saying there. Like, it's nothing that'll like blow you away, but I think you will appreciate it for what it is. I mean, like, you know, another thing is I kind of just went on like, you know, just a feeling in my gut about it because I kept hearing nothing but bad things. And it was like the price was getting cheap on it too. Like, I think it went all the way down to like $10 for the Blu-ray at one point. I just did a blind buy on it. I was like, yeah, this is a little bit better than what people are making it out to be. Not that fucking bad.
Yeah. It gets compared to the Babadook a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
And I actually prefer it to the Babadook.
Okay.
So
I've seen the Babadook, so yeah, I don't have any problems.
I mean, I would mostly recommend it for diehard Stephen King fans. You know, like if you got to see all that stuff, yeah, you'll probably enjoy it though.
Yeah.
Okay.
The main problem with the movie, okay, and again, I know we got to wrap this up, but the story that it's based on is literally 4 pages long.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And the opening 10 minutes of the movie with David Demalchian is literally that story. Okay. So it's like it could have made a 10-minute short story or short film out of that actual story, but they expanded it. And because of that, some of the choices that are made are a little off and this and that and the other. But again, for what it is, it's entertaining. It's much better than some of these other movies that we've talked about tonight. Let's put it that way. Okay.
Well, in some cases, that's not too hard to do.
It's better than Cell.
Yeah. It's going to be our new tagline. All right. And I know there's a very warm place in Jim's heart for this next movie.
Bum, bum.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would be next because technically the next movie I have is The Life of Chuck.
But I don't have that yet because it's coming in September 30th. But yes, The Monkey.
Yep.
Also,
I know you like that one too.
A short story, this time Skeleton Crew, which had The Mist in it. And up until recently, this was my favorite movie of the year.
Yep.
Not best. Sinners is probably still the best. But as far as having a good time watching a movie, the monkey. It's I know Kenny's not a big fan, and I know you were a little bit underwhelmed by it as well. But I just had a ball watching this fucking movie. I absolutely loved it. So.
I had a good time watching it. I thought it started to fall apart a little bit towards the end, and it picked back up at the end. But
yeah, and the very end is great.
The very end,
the very end is just
yeah. I thought it started to lose some steam towards the end, and then it started to pick back up. But the ending is fantastic.
And some of the dialogue in that movie is just funny as shit.
Oh
I
God,
mean,
yeah.
The whole, you know, our best. We're gonna do our best for you boys, but chances are, our best is gonna be pretty bad. You see, we didn't want to have kids, but we're swingers. It's just like, or the priest walking out. Oh fuck! You know, it's just.
Yeah, that funeral scene. When you showed that on YouTube, I think it was. I think you showed that. That's what sold me on the movie.
Yeah,
I bought it the next day.
No, actually the thing that sold the movie to me, that made me go from liking it to it becoming my favorite movie of the year, basically, was the flashback of Uncle Chip in the sleeping bag, where they're like he was trampled by 37 horses. The coroner says it looked like a cherry pie thrown in a blender. They just open up this bag and all this shit comes pouring out. I mean, it's literally like a 2-second shot, but it's like, Oh my God, it is just so over the top gross, but funny, you know? So yeah. All right, I'm going to shut up because we're way over already.
No, we're over, but yeah, well, we're almost done. All right, so now we'll skip to The Life of Chuck, which we've both seen. Kenny, you have not seen it yet?
No.
Have you seen it yet, Sean?
Have you seen it, Sean?
No, not yet.
It is another non-horror film. Kenny, I think you will love it. Sean, I'm not sure if you will like it or not, to be honest, because it's one of those films, and I think Sean will back me up on this. It's one of those films that either it'll connect with you or it won't.
Yeah.
And with me, it connected on every level. Sinners has been my best movie of the year all year long until I saw The Life of Chuck. And now it's neck and neck. I can't decide which one I think is better, but there's a moment in that movie. It's a little bit more than a moment, but there's a 5 to 10 minute sequence in that movie where Tom Hiddleston and this girl, Annabelle Brasso, I believe is her name, an actress I've never seen before, do a dance scene to a woman playing the drums. And it's one of the most joyful experiences I've had watching a movie ever. Mm-hmm. It's the only way I can describe it. It just left me with a smile, like fucking the Joker. It's the only way I can describe it. And yet there are other moments in that film that made me weep like a child. It's just, it's a beautiful movie. It's a strange movie. It's a great movie. So can't recommend it enough.
Like, just by like everything you just said, looking at a quick overview on here, like you just summed it up very well, it seems like. But all right, maybe this might not be something that's up my alley, but I'm very open to things. And the things that I don't really resonate or gravitate towards is really like romance and musicals. That part of cinema doesn't do a whole lot for me. But I'm very open to other things.
I'm not a musical guy.
No.
Okay. But like I said, that dance scene, which comes out of nowhere, okay, it's just magical. It's the only way I can describe it. And I never in a million years would have thought of Tom Hiddleston as a dancer. Apparently, he wasn't. He did lots of preparation for this movie. And it's just a sequence that usually when something like that happens in a movie, you're like, what the fuck? You know, I mean, like that's my main thing with musicals. When people just bust out in song, you know, and start singing and shit. And you're like, okay, I've never sung about my pepperoni pizza. What the fuck, you know? But for whatever reason, when this shit happens in the movie, it works. It feels organic and it works. And it's wonderful. It's just wonderful.
Yeah. I will say the same thing. The first 2/3 of this movie had me in the palm of its hand.
Yeah.
Just totally. I was totally wrapped by this movie. The last sequence it
Yeah.
kind of dropped the ball for me. And I didn't watch it consecutively. I paused it in the middle and watched that last part. So I think that may be why. So I want to watch it again from the beginning to the end in one straight shot before I say anything about it in terms of whether I liked it or didn't like it. But I will say that Jim is completely right about that middle sequence, that the dancing. It's completely organic, it completely works, and it is one of the most joyous scenes I've seen in the movies ever.
Yeah.
And it totally works, and it totally comes off, and you can't help but be happy while watching it.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. And again, I hate movies that manipulate you. And this movie is a textbook manipulation movie, and it worked for me. It just did. It just did.
Yeah, if I could recommend 2/3 of the movie.
Yeah, I think when you watch it a second time, I think you'll enjoy it more. I really do, because I think you're right. By stopping it, you kind of stop the momentum of the story.
Yeah,
and
I think I did.
And like I said, when it's all summed up together, it does. It works. It's just it really. And again, that's a Mike Flanagan movie.
Yep,
he's 3 for 3.
Yep,
Dr. Sleep, Gerald's Game, which we did not discuss, but that was a Netflix movie, and that's another movie that people considered to be unfilmable. Yeah. And he pulled it off, and he pulled it off brilliantly. It's a great movie. So, all right, I'll shut up.
Oh, you're fine.
We're almost done.
We're almost done.
We're coming up on the one that I will not shut up about. You're going to have to mute me.
And it hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason we're doing this show tonight is the fact that this Friday, The Long Walk comes out theatrically, based on the novel by Richard Bachman. So I know Jim has his ticket already.
Yep.
I'm planning to see it. Kenny, do you have any interest in this movie whatsoever?
No.
It's Stand By Me, Stand By Me meets The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
If I catch it on streaming one day, I might watch it. I'm sorry, I have no interest in it.
No, it's all good, because I guarantee that is not going to be a feel-good.
That was for Texas, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's going to be a very dark, depressing, rip your heart out movie.
Just what I want to sit for.
Lori just said from the other room, you're going to stay home and watch Young and the Restless.
Yeah, there you go.
I actually didn't have much knowledge of the movie until I started talking to Jim about it, and then I went. I
never heard of it until Jim said about it.
Yeah,
right.
It's like Sean said, it's from the Bachman books. That's where I originally read it, but it was the first novel that Stephen King ever wrote. He started it when he was in high school. He finished it his freshman year in college, and it was published in 1979. And it was written as a parable about the Vietnam War in the draft. And there's a lot of anger and a lot of vitriol in that book. And when I read it, I was the same age as the characters in that book. So it hit hard. And literally, I've been waiting 40 years to see this movie, because I didn't think they would ever have the balls to do it. And the reason why it's taken 40 years is because Stephen King has said, if you're ever going to make a movie about this book, I get approval over everything, and it has to be as brutal as the original story. He would not let anybody sanitize it. They tried to turn this into a movie 20 years ago, and then Frank Darabont tried, and then somebody else tried, and it's gone through several filmmakers. Steven Spielberg was even thinking about it at one point.
Wow.
But every one of them said, we have to turn this into a PG-13 film, because nobody wants to see 50 young men getting shot in the head, especially after Columbine.
Right.
And again, I didn't think anybody would ever have the balls to do it. I figured if it ever happened, it would be on Netflix.
Yep.
Or a stream or an HBO type thing. So the fact that it is not only being a wide released film theatrically, but as of right now, it's got a 96% rating on Rotten Tomato. I mean, that tells me right now this movie's going to be good. It might not be great, but it's going to at least be good. So I am over the moon excited to see this on Friday. 10:45 showing. I will be posting a review of the film later that afternoon.
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully it's worthy enough, man. Hopefully it is.
I've heard nothing but good things about it. I've been reading reviews, but only the reviews that are spoiler free. But then again, I've read the book,
right?
So I know how it's going to end. Unless JT Mulner, which I should have said, he wrote it, and he is also responsible for Strange Darling, which is my favorite movie from last year. So that's just the cherry on top, to me. But unless he pulls a Darabont and changes the ending, I know exactly what's going to happen. So, whereas you don't, none of you guys have read it. So I'm really looking forward to talking to you afterwards and finding out what you think.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Like I said, I'm hoping to see it Friday, and I can't wait. And it's solely based on what you've told me about it and the plot, and what little I've read about it. I'm trying to stay away from seeing too many trailers or reading any reviews of it. But the fact you were talking, I think, a little bit before the show about the fact that there was no review embargo, which is a great sign.
A good sign. That's a very good sign. Because even movies that get good reviews generally still have an embargo, of some kind.
Right. Yep. So if that's the case, then they're confident enough about their product to say, "Hey, come see it." So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
And we will mention it. We've already mentioned it a little bit. November 7th, we got the theatrical release of The Running Man, not the remake, but the retelling of the story from the book's view, also by Richard Bachman. And that is, who is in that?
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell, yes.
And Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin is playing the heavy.
Yep.
He's playing the Killian part.
Yep.
And Domingo, whatever the hell his name is, he's the game show host. I forget his name now. Domingo Santiago or some shit like that. Michael Cera's in it, which I know Kenny doesn't like him, but he's got a part in it. But again, I love the source material. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Sean just disappeared. Ah!
Make it stop.
Yeah,
my mouse fell on the floor.
It's like Sean's like a hologram.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was thinking about this today.
Coleman Domingo.
Thank you.
Thanks, Texas.
I was watching Weapons today again because that's now available on streaming. That's like a Stephen King story he never wrote.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, because when I was watching it the second time, I was appreciating the character development a little bit more. And that's what Stephen King does. He takes a crazy idea, a premise, but then he injects it with real people that you end up caring about. And that's his strength as a writer. And that's the strength. The best movies on these lists that we just went through, the best of them always have the most memorable characters.
That's true.
Or characters you care about the most. Shawshank is a perfect example.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Totally agree. All right. So we've gone through all the King stuff. Now it's time for movie recommendations.
Yeah, we didn't even get into the series and streamings and stuff.
No.
Like Tim Curry and It.
No, I wanted to keep it to just the theatrical stuff.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
Other than that, or we'd be here till 11 o'clock.
See, and I was wondering, I brought this out just in case you did bring it up, but I was going to say this is the worst movie out of all of them.
What's that?
He's got a poster of it right behind him. Pet Sematary 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, what a piece of shit. Clancy Brown is great. The rest of this movie sucks.
He's always great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the things that I left off were any TV movies or miniseries like the original It, Salem's Lot, The Stand, Gerald's Game, In the Tall Grass, Mr. Harrigan's Phone, sorry. Any of franchise sequels that were not directly adapted from King texts like The Rage, Carrie 2, or any of the Children of the Corn sequels. And I did talk about Lawnmower Man, but
As a joke.
as a joke, yeah. But only because it was originally theatrically released as a Stephen King,
Right.
but that was then revised afterwards.
And it's always appropriate to give Matt Frewer some love.
Yeah, we always got to talk about Matt Frewer because you can never get enough Matt Frewer.
Drink a Pepsi.
It was Coke, wasn't it?
Coke.
That's why I said drink a Pepsi.
All right, Kenny. We're now going to have you string 2 sentences together for the first time in the show.
All right. No.
No.
All
It's
right.
time for Kenny's Tubi movie of the week.
All right. This one is a 1986 movie, and it is Jackie Gleason's last movie. It's called Nothing in Common with Tom Hanks and Jackie Gleason. They play a father and son. He's a successful. Tom Hanks is a successful advertising agent, and Jackie Gleason's a door-to-door salesman for kids' clothes. And after 50-some years, him and his wife, played by Eva Marie Saint, get divorced because she just can't take the father anymore. So he has to be grown up and take care of his dad. So it's really, and this movie came out in '86, and he sadly passed away a short time later. But it's his last movie. You'll never find a more gorgeous woman in a movie than Celia Ward in this movie. She is absolutely stunning in this movie. And after I seen it, I followed her career afterwards. She did Sisters and stuff like that. But I really like it. I gave it 9 out of 10. That was one of my favorite go-to ones on video at the video store. So Nothing in Common, 1986. I think you'll like it if you watch it.
Gary Marshall
movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Awesome. Good pick.
Thanks.
Now, as far as recommending things, are we allowed to go outside of movies?
Sure.
whatever
Yeah,
you
because I know
want.
what you're going to talk about. Because we were talking about it briefly before.
Well, it honestly, throughout this stream, it's changed a couple times.
Oh,
That's
okay.
for personal reasons.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I am landed back on my original pick, really. But and also even on top of the fact that we didn't really get around to certain things with throughout this stream. So
Okay.
but I mean, should I just jump in next? I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't make a new banner since I didn't have to, but if you're not going to talk about a movie, it might not quite apply, but
I mean, I can recommend a movie too, even just top it off with something, but
fine.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with this limited series here, which is a Stephen King thing here. It's an adaptation, and it's the 2020 series, The Outsider.
Oh yeah.
Highly recommend this.
Yeah. Great.
And yeah, I did not read any books, anything that's whatever it is that influenced this to become a TV show. I just know when this came out and Stephen King's name was attached to it, I was like, all right, bet we got to watch this. And I got sucked into this. I binged it all in 2 days. I couldn't put it down.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was so sucked into it. But yeah, the general concept in it is the outsider begins by following an investigation, which at first seems to be which seems to be it'll be a simple case to deal with, just straightforward and for what it is. But things begin to change as it leads into a gruesome murder of a young boy who ends up being caused by a seasoned cop, and that allows other people to be entangled into this story. And over time, it makes people really change the way that they believe with their own personal beliefs and stuff. So yeah, it has this real supernatural element to it, but highly recommend it. What TV series and stuff like that, I usually give a different kind of rating. As far as on a scale of 1 to 10, I barely ever give anything a 9 out of 10, but I would actually give this an 8 out of 10. Highly recommend seeing this.
That was on HBO, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an HBO series.
Yeah.
But
I think
I mean,
I think we
No,
started
go ahead.
watching it. I was going to say I think we started watching it, but we never finished it, and not because it wasn't good. We just didn't finish it. But it
that
seemed to
happens
be
to
really
me
good.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, you might even forget to go back and finish something. So
Right.
like that can be like the downside of like, the format of watching TV shows and stuff. But I just know when that was available on there, I was like, all the episodes are on here now. I was like, I couldn't put it down, dude. I just had to keep going with it. And just the fact that, you could be dealing with the devil in this too, and how that incorporates in real life and how people are so big on religion and everything. It's just such a surreal experience with that, especially for newer Stephen King related stuff.
Yeah. Good pick.
Sorry about that, by the way.
All right,
that's
thank
okay.
you.
No,
You
my
came back
sister
just in
decided-
time.
My
'Cause
sister
it's your
decided to
turn.
call me and boot me off the fucking stream again.
It's your turn, Jim. So
Yeah,
you came
good
back
timing,
just in time.
Well, I've been trying to go with these documentaries lately. And I figured, what the hell? We're talking Stephen King. And since my good friend
I don't
Sean
know
is
if we
out
have
here tonight,
volume on
and
that.
I know how much he loves Creepshow, tonight I'm talking about
Or did
Just
I freeze
Desserts.
up?
You're still okay, Sean.
you're
You're
still
still
good.
okay, Sean.
Yeah, Just Desserts, The Making of Creepshow.
Cool.
This is from Synapse Films. It's from 2007. And basically, they interview everybody involved with the
I can't
exception
hear
of
Jim
Stephen
for
King.
some reason.
You can't see or hear? Oh, if you can't hear, I guess you can't hear me. Anyways, if you like Creepshow, this movie's fantastic. It's just they cover everything you could possibly want to know about Creepshow. And like I said, Stephen King's not involved with the making of this because he very rarely gives interviews, but there is behind the scenes footage of him, and it's just great. It just really is. So again, my recommendation this week, Just Desserts, The Making of Creepshow. You can get that from Synapse.
Cool.
Yeah. That is a really good documentary based on, classic film like Creepshow. It really is worth seeing.
Yeah.
I have not heard of that one. That's cool. All right. I guess it is my turn. I did not pick something Stephen King related tonight. Just because I picked at the last minute and I had to rush, so I had to go find something really quick. So completely unrelated to the topic at hand, I figured I'd pick something really fast. So I picked Breaking In with Burt Reynolds.
That's a good movie.
That is a good movie.
Yeah, for Burt Reynolds movie, it's not something you typically expect from him. It's a very subtle performance. He's in this with Casey Zemesco, where he teaches a kid how to break into houses and do it the right way so you don't get caught. Try to live kind of on the down low with your money, and kind of has to sort of teach the kid the ropes of being a criminal, and sort of the ins and outs of how well that works and how well it doesn't. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it is a really good movie. Very understated performance, but very good performance from Burt Reynolds. Casey Zemesco is pretty good in it too. I can't remember anybody else of note being in it. But it is a lot of fun if you are not expecting an action blockbuster from Burt Reynolds. More character study than anything else. So That's my pick for this week. And as always, we will have the trailers for myself, Kenny, and Jim's pick on the Talking Movies 2024 channel. Not so you're feeling left out, Sean. I am going to be putting a guests playlist together for all of the picks from the guests. I just haven't done it yet. So we will get a trailer of Outsiders up as well. So that is the show for tonight.
Yeah, thank you guys very much for having me on here tonight.
Thank you for coming, Sean.
Thanks for being on, Sean.
You were awesome, dude.
Yeah. Kenny, thank you for staying awake for 2 hours and 34 minutes.
Got it.
Kenny's a trooper, man. First he puts up with the Ozzy Osbourne shit. Now he's putting up with the Stephen King shit. You know?
Well, he put up with the Jaws shit too.
Yeah. We owe Kenny big time. So
well, we got Kenny to pick last week's show.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Hey, listen. I'm
the Sandra
fine.
Bullock
Like,
special is coming, everybody.
listen, everybody doesn't have like my taste. You know, it's like my mom used to say. That's why there's 31 flavors of stuff. You know, and it's like I'm just like I am infatuated with like the horror genre, how people enjoy it so much. You know, and that I'm just like intrigued by it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody like you guys are like on that Weapons and the Sinners. My favorite movie so far of 2025 is a Netflix movie called Nonas with Vince Vaughn.
Yep.
About old Italian grandmothers.
That one. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I think that movie's fabulous. Had me crying in a couple of different parts, and I just I find, you know, but not everybody has, you know. That's why they make so many, you know, batches of ice cream. That's why you can get like different hoagies. You know what I mean? You can get a tuna hoagie.
Always comes down to food.
Hoagie, you know?
It always comes down to hoagies.
Yeah, it always comes down to hoagies. You know, so it's just like that's, you know. So I didn't mind. You learn. I wrote stuff in my book. You know, to check those Cat's Eye out in the Trouble with Larry. I think it was. The last one was Lodi.
Oh, the Life of Chuck.
Life of Chuck.
Yeah, Life of Chuck.
Trouble with Larry.
You know what's funny? And my niece will back me up on this. If I can't pick somebody's name out, I'll just go, "Hey, Larry." That's the John Candy thing. Hey, I knew you. You know. So it's like if I don't remember somebody's name, I'll just like add Larry to it. I don't know. It's just something I've been doing all my life, you know. It's just like, yeah, Larry, right? And it's like
it's Larry watching the Netflix.
I used to have a manager that used to go, if he didn't know your name or didn't want to know your name, he used to call you Chief. You know, what's up, Chief? How's your day going, Chief? And I just went to punch him out after he said that. You know, been working there for 10 years. You know what I mean?
It could always be worse, man. It could always be asshole.
So it's like, oh, he wouldn't dare do that to me. I'd crush him like that bug. You know? But hey, you know, I had fun.
I'm putting the Trouble with Larry on my list.
Trouble with Larry. But I've enjoyed listening to everybody, and hey, we had a lot of comments from people, so you know that's, you know, it's just a genre that I am just, unfortunately, I'm not ignorant in. I don't know a lot about. So
yeah. Well, the great thing about Stephen King though is, again, the majority of his work is horror. Okay, I mean that's what most people know him as. But I'm telling you, dude, some of his best stories have nothing to do with horror, or they have very little to do with anything supernatural type shit. You know, it's all about characters. It's always about.
Like I told you when we were talking about this, my brother used to read Stephen King and Dean Koontz books.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where me, I was reading Dave Barry books. You know, or you know, right. Or like Tom Clancy books. Like, you know,
I get it.
So it's like you know, we were Robin Cook. So it was like I was in a whole other genre when my brother Chris was in, you know, I mean, he wasn't a big horror guy, but he just enjoyed the, you know, how they wrote, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it's like, hey, I respect it. I'm not being ignorant or anything. I just don't know a lot about the subject. So it's like better for me just to be quiet and just give me the no. Kind of thing, you know, because
you're a strong silent type, buddy. You're a rock.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, when you're in a situation like that, it's best to take in what info you can take from it, you know, and that's why you need variety. That's why you need variety as a fan of cinema, dude. It's really why you need variety. You can't just be horror films all the time.
I was reading in my phone and I was writing in my book. So it wasn't like I was zoning you guys out or anything. I was just taking notes because I don't know, you know. And it's like if you know, it's like Jim goes, the more you know, kind of thing. So it's like, you know,
Right.
So-
No, I'm just picking on you because it just, from certain times it just looked like you were asleep.
oh no, yeah, I get that. My uncle goes, kid, why were you asleep? I'm like, dude, I'm not asleep. I know I don't have big eyes, but oh my god, I am not, you know, I'm not asleep.
It's all right. I'm just picking on you, but no, I know you take it in. I you're a good sport about it. So
Yeah,
I appreciate
absolutely.
That. So
wow, this is definitely a record, man. We're coming up on 2 hours 40.
yeah, big topic tonight. So
Yeah.
we wanted to give it all the love it needed. So
Yeah,
but we definitely
tend
need
to run at the mouth when it comes to stuff I
no,
love.
No, that's all right. But we do need to wrap it up, so I'm gonna do that. So Sean, thank you definitely for coming on board.
Sean,
Absolutely.
come back
Sean,
again,
thank you.
dude.
Come
No
back.
Yeah, thank you guys very much, man. I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
No sleep till Kenny. That was good.
Yeah, we enjoyed having you on, and we'll have you back definitely if you'll come back. And everybody else, thanks for being on as usual because you're part of the show.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
we'll be back in 2 weeks with a topic that we haven't picked yet. So
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So that'll be September 23rd. So we'll see you then. And if you're listening on the replay, thanks for joining in. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. So
2
as
weeks.
always, 2 weeks.
Bye, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Bye.